Hello and welcome in, everyone. My name is GunNoodle. I am proud to bring you this presentation of the Fallen Kings Championship. We have the Division 2 Grand Finals. The bracket reset has happened. Shinigami able to pull out the upset 2-1 last week against the undefeated, well, no longer undefeated Navi. And so we are back with one more best of 3 to determine the champion. This is the winner take all. Now, only one game will be played today due to some scheduling issues. I'm not 100% sure when the next 2 will be played, but this is the only game played today, and it will be on Die Scraper Redux. Map 2 will be Death Toll. Map 3, if needed, will be Dead Air. Pretty good lineup, I think. I love me some Die Scraper. But at least we're getting one game today. We had some scheduling issues. Obviously, I won't go into details, but I didn't think this game was actually going to happen, but it is. We are here with the Division 2 Grand Finals. No more bracket resets, no more second chances. It's gone. Whoever wins this best of 3 is your champion. So the stakes are as high as they can possibly get. As we are ready to go. Die Scraper, Game 1. Shinigami and Navi. Shinigami on the survivor side first, ready to go down. Hunter, Smoker already spawned up. They just bolted through. How about that? Navi already thrown off of their... thrown off their game a little bit as they killed the Smoker Boomer. They're going to keep the Spit Hunt for the choke point coming up. Pretty smart decision by them, I think. Already, Shinigami throwing Navi off their game. Shinigami making a bold move to just bull rush like that, and it ended up paying off for them. They are going to get a jockey charge going with the Hunt Spit, though. This is going to be a pretty good hit for this hit down below. Thank you, sir. Hey, sir, I figured out how to untime out somebody. I did it on MK by accident. So now if I definitely accidentally time you out again, I know how to fix it. This is probably the hardest point in this map. We have the Charger and the Hunter sitting around in the back. Spitter in the front. Jockey is above. Can Shinigami sneak through without the damage? One drops down. Here we go. Charger does connect. And that's a really far one. Hunter's going to get skeeted by total accident. Spitter got picked as well. So they're actually going to add... Kazad. Kazad missing an M2 on a jockey about 6 times. Other than that, that was really well taken from Shinigami. Hunter got accidentally skeeted by 2K, and the Spitter also got picked. So they take that beautifully as we are coming up onto tank. It's about 6% away. Pushing it forward, maybe one more attacker. Got the Boomer going up on the van. Gonna connect with one off the proxy. Smoke Spit Hunt still alive. And perhaps maybe a hit on the run. No, they're going to send the Smoker now. Spitter spawn up in the rear. I don't think it's going to get anything. Probably going to get picked as the Hunter's not gone yet. As the first gong of the game is up, we got the first tank in the hands of Jump for Navi. Immediately going to start working in these cars. Looks like Shinigami wants to stay up here, pushing it forward, being very aggressive here. They only have one shotgun. That in the hands of Diaz. Kazad, Brimbons, and 2K all running SMGs. So this tank could get melted down if done correctly. He's working in these cars relatively well. They have a Charger Jockey Smoker for the... Or no, Charger Jockey Hunter for the attack right now. Looking for a Curve Rock. Now I'm curious for Shinigami. Actually, look at this. They're split 2-2 right now. I don't know how wise that is. The other 2 survivors do make their way back up. Are they going to opt to stay up here? Or are they going to try and make their way back? I think it'd be dangerous if they try and go down. They're getting some decent chip on this tank. He's already down 1,000, down to 4.9. It looks like he's going to commit with this car. Here we go. Shinigami looks like they're going to stay up here and play around these pillars. Getting some decent car hits, but it's bouncing off the pillars. The SI are in the back if they try to go back. But it looks like Shinigami's going to commit to staying here. No, the SI are going to funnel it from one side. Charger does connect. No slam goes out. Hunter gets skied. Tank has his corner onto Kazad, but that's all he's going to be able to get as his entire support team is dead. Nice body block coming out, so no in caps coming out. And a fantastic start from Shinigami here as they kill that tank. No in caps. Still 735 points of bonus and only one more attack to take. Very, very good start. They have brought their A game. And they're going to have a 2-2 here for this final attack. Not the greatest for Navi. We have a Smoker, we have a Hunter with that 2-2. Boomer tries to go fast, can connect with one off the arc. They're going to have to send this rest of this attack fast. Smoker's behind, but Coach has sight on him already. Hunter in from the front. Smoker trying to connect, can't find a Hunter, struggling to get through the door, and he's gonna get melted down. No, he connects in the spit. Column goes off. That spit spread is nice. But only a few ticks coming out, and they still have 678 points of bonus, and they're gonna walk in with a huge Chapter 1 score. Shinigami bringing their A game out right away as they score 1176 off Chapter 1. What a start for Shinigami.
Damn, that one was close.
Now, Navi's strong suit through this whole entire tournament has been their survivor play. They took a almost 5K No Mercy rehab map onto Shinigami last week, but then they struggled a lot in the last two maps. Obviously, as you know, losing both maps back to back. And their survivor play kind of slowed down a little bit. And now Shinigami, with over 1,100 points in their first opening chapter, can Navi match it and bring their A game. Dice Scraper was Shinigami's pick in the map ban process. So that must mean that they were feeling the most confident. Navi banned Dark Carnival immediately. I was happy to see that. They're confident they want to take Shinigami to a more obscure map. As we are going live here, can Navi match this scoreline? Here we go. They're going to bull rush it, but they're going to take the normal way. Look at that, splitting off 3-1. Rochelle, 1v1ing with this Hunter, struggling a little bit. Down to 168. Boomer all the way to the top. Hunter will connect. It's going to be the Hunt spit. Oh, the Boomer drops down, triple boom, but the boom knocks her out of the spit. And a pretty good opening take for Navi. Only 3% gone, but obviously Shinigami took it better. Next attack should be at the drop down here. They should have the attack they want for. Actually, they don't have a spitter. This is bad for Shinigami. No spitter. Navi might know that and might try and rush this. Spitter dying out of order.
Reloading.
Hunter has pre-spawn below. Are they going to try and maybe send something fast? Catch Navi up top. They're set up to do so. Charger has dropped down. Hunter's already spawned up below. Same with the jockey. Okay, so everything has dropped down. So even though there's no spitter, they're still going to send the attack below. So no attempt at a reset. No attempt at a... There will be no attempt at taking him on the point of no return. Interesting call from Shinigami here. Navi has to know that there's no spitter if they were paying attention to their sack order. We have the Charger from the rear. What a triple boom off the proxy. I didn't even see him go in. And if Navi wait too long, I don't know what they get. I think it'll be a spitter. And that'll give them the attack they want, and they can save this hit. Akari calling for the wait. So it looks like we are going to see a fourth SI coming up. Kazad will be the spitter. Can he get in position in time? Sanger's dropped down. There's the Charger going in. Can the Hunter cover? The Hunter will cover. Jockey from the top. Nice M2 going to clear that out, but they're going to get the charge spit. And two slams onto Rochelle there. Oh, that is rough going. After waiting so long for that fourth spawn, it ended up working out well for them as they pop a set of pills. And they have almost lost it. It's actually a 200-point gap right now. Navi can only spare 200 points. And they haven't even fought the tank yet. As you may see, one more track up here. Looks like the Hunt smoke from the rear. Smoker does miss his tongue. Hunter pouncing around, looking again. Will connect on the neck. Jockey in the front. M2, but the Smoker takes his target. Pan right to the face, clearing that out. Jockey's still alive, searching for something. And he should just die off. Nice M2 coming out. Oh, he gets his scratch. The Jockey's still alive, and there he goes. Plarimbons will be tank number 1 for Shinigami, as he doesn't have a whole lot of work to do here to win this chapter. He's going to go for the alarm car. Charger Hunter Boomer, the current attack up. Boomer trying to get a nice spawn, but Akari right on top of that. Pretty good rocket spawn for him, but Navi was ready. Now, does Navi do the same thing as Shinigami, or do they try to make an attempt to run back? They have a Charger Hunter, it looks like, set up in the rear in case they do that. Actually, the Charger is kind of running around here, searching for something. The Charger rotating down behind the stairs, ready to go. Florian Browns has dropped down the second pass, so he's going to have to commit. He's got a Charger Hunter Smoker for his commit. Car in a decent spot. Beginning the work in. About 800 points in chips so far. And he's trying to work in a second car, but he's using hella chip for it. Down below 5K. Oh, that's a good car hit. Navi starting to work back. It looks like they're making the drop down, but the Charger is out of position, and he spawns in a very awkward spot. It does connect, but there is not going to be anything the tank can do about that. And now they're going to get a boomer, I believe. No, it'll be a jockey. As he is in, that fourth SI, or that third SI will be a jockey, but he's going to have to go in without it. He misses the follow-up punch. Looking for the corner. Got Ellis. Hunter connects, and the double cap. Now Rochelle gets the clear on the Hunter before getting pulled. Tank's going to get an in cap at 1.7K, so they're going to win the chapter, but by how much? Rimbon struggling to find another punch, and he's going to die off. Jockey inbound, gonna connect on the Nick, but it's gonna get mopped up immediately. One in cap coming out. Yes, 1176. Shinigami, an insane Survivor chapter. Navi loses the chapter. 528 now down to 503 after the pill pop. Boomer gonna get shut down in the in-between there. And only one more hit coming up for Shinigami, but by how much will Shinigami be able to win this chapter? As they begin to push forward, Hunter, Charger, Spitter, final SI up in 8 seconds. We already know where they're going to hit.
Reload.
Final hit here in this alleyway. Smoker will be the final SI. Hunter's already spawned up, pouncing around on top. Looks like everything almost has come from the top as well. Smoker's going to position himself on the alarm car. As Navi begins to push out. They are also running one shotgun followed by 3 SMGs. So Rochelle will be that position 1. Common's flooding in from the top, interestingly enough. And now the push out from Navi. Smoker on the alarm car. Hunter in. Charger connects. That's going to... Oh, what a clear coming out by Rochelle. And now it's just that Smoker. They do set up the alarm car, only getting like 2 ticks out of that hit. What a clear on that Charger. And the Spitter was just a tad late, so Navi will also make it into the safe room. Shinigami will have a bit of a lead. Can you chill? 1176 to 968 after one of Die Scraper. Pretty good start for both teams. Shinigami just a little bit better. Okay, has returned, and we will get this game going now without further delay. Chapter 2 of Die Scraper. Charge Jock, Smoke Spit for the opening attack here. Shinigami firing on all cylinders. Yeah, bro, you can't. You gotta look out for your controller, boys. Come on. How am I supposed to be good if I don't have aim assist? Rotating in, nice Jockey M2. Smoker misses target, but that Charger rocks in. And they're gonna be able to take minimal damage here, but they got something out of that Charger. Believe it or not. They did not wait for Shinigami to move outside. Very interesting call by Navi. Being maybe a little overzealous. But that matters not as Shinigami begins pushing through. They should be able to make it out of the room. Only a Boomer Hunter up. But the rest of them are coming. Shinigami cannot slow down. And they do slow down. So now we're going to see a play. Nice Boomer spawn below. Only going to find one up the arc though. Jockey trying to come in from the rear. Same with the Hunter. Hunter does connect. Charger all in from the same spot, connecting with that boom target. No slam comes out. Everything is now dead. Getting a little bit more damage here, but there was a little bit staggered. Everything coming in from the same spot. The only way that actually happened was because that Survivor was boomed. They fire. Alright, ready to resume the action. 2K's crash has been resolved. Deceased all the way in the rear. I see why they paused. So unfortunate for Shinigami. As they continue to push forward. They're going to try and get something here. Hunter does connect. Rochelle is really split off. They're going to get the pound spit. And the Smoker pulls her through. Oh, that's a lot of damage on the Diaz. Splitting off from the rest of his team. And a single boom in the rear to finish off that attack. Splitting off from the team, not winning the 1v1. Unfortunate, as we have an 84% tank, so they can go. But they're going to check for pills, and they must have found them. No, they're not, because Dias continues to walk forward.
I never thought I'd miss a gun so much.
So they slow it down, and now they're going to have an attack from the inside here. Dias is still pushing forward. Everyone's going to catch up. Oh, we have a quad attempt coming out from Navi. Look at this, the jockey. Everything in from the back. Hunter from the front. That's a connection. Oh, that's a tri-cap. Oh, the smoker is late. They get the clears. The Hunter's still alive. He M2'd it. Hunter connects under Kazan. Oh my god, this is huge amounts of damage. But that was so close to the quad. In that corridor would have been insane. But Shinigami survives to fight another day, and they come down and start the event. Oh my goodness. Count your lucky stars. Really close. Nice attack from Navi. But now Shinigami, maybe a little bit, reeling a little bit here. As the event is currently underway, and we have a 2-2 charge smoke to follow it up. Here we go, Smoker from the room, gonna connect onto the pool. Charger looking to stack, but he's gonna connect onto the generator. Spit goes out onto nothing, just gonna block the way. And the boomer is gonna get popped. So another quad, but they should be able to make it to the tank before that quad is up. They tried to do a pull charge stack, but unfortunately that charger, forgetting about the giant generator in the way. As they push on through, this will be the tank. Second tank for Navi. They're pushing the button. They're going for it. That's going to slow them down. Jockey gets M2. Nice reaction time. And this tank just going to roll in. There's still comments flooding in. He is. Oh, this is not looking good for Shinigami. There's a smoke pool separation, but he clears it himself. And now this tank's actually in an awkward spot, and they're going to push him. He's down 1,000. And now Shinigami can make it back, and this tank pushed him for nothing. Oh, that's rough going for Navi. I like the thought, but if you're going to do it, you got to commit, and the smoker is unfortunate early. And now Shinigami's going to stay forward as this tank is in. Charger Boomer. Oh, they're melting him down here. They got to go fast. Charger in. Connects on Ellis, but the ski comes out in the instant clear out. Boomer gets popped, and this is going to be a nothing burger for this tank. Continuing to push it. He's going to decommit, but he's already down to 758, and this is looking like a no-hitter. Maybe the curve rock? No, not going to find it. Oh, boy, rough going for Navi. The punch misses, and we have the no-hitter tank. Shinigami bouncing back. Oh, my. Nicely done by them. Only saving grace for Navi is they won't have a boomer for this follow-up attack here. They should get a charger.
Ammunition. Okay. That one hurt.
No, it will be a hunter, actually. I'm a little out of order here. So a tri-cap, no charger with the spit. And 2 shotguns here. Plurn Bonds has taken a shotgun for this chapter. And he's actually leading the way, protecting the DB that is Diaz. Hunter, Smoker, spawned up, splitting the survivors. Smoker's on the left, Hunter's on the right. We have the jockey looking to come from the rear. Spitter in the front as well, looking to stack with the Hunter. It's just a bleeding game at this point. Hunter's going to make the commit, going to get skeeted out by Plurn Bonds on 3 shots. Smoker gets cleared. Now this Spit got nothing, but he's actually getting a couple ticks off the Diaz. M2 in the rear. Jockey goes out. And it's a pretty good shutdown here from Shinigami to continue to push forward, and this will be the elevator event coming up. Probably only got really one more attack from Navi, and 522 points of bonus to whittle away. They have the track up here, no spit, nice 2 boom off the proxy. Hunter connects, should get mopped up. Actually, very slow clear. Charger drops in, the smoke pull. Couple of ticks coming out. Unfortunately, the charger did miss, and it looks like Diaz is clinging on to 1 HP. As this should be elevator, and Shinigami's going to make another save for him. And as things stand, still have about 470. And they make it. Though, final tally will be 468, giving them another 1,000-point chapter. 2244 is their total after 2. Really, really impressive showing from the survivor side of Shinigami, aside from that quad in the corridor. But they managed to bounce back beautifully after that, even taking a no-hitter tank. Let's see if Navi can match. They almost matched him in Chapter 1, taking a little bit more tank damage. But they're going to have to put in the work here if they want to keep up. Looks like Shinigami playing the survivor game here on Die Scraper. Ready to roll. Second half, Chapter 2, Navi on the survivor side. Tri-cap with spit. Jock charge smoke. Jockey trying to go fast. Gonna connect. Ellis not really paying attention. Here comes the charger. In from the door. Not gonna land. Gonna bounce off of the stairwell. Spitter just barely not spreading over to the survivors, and that Smoker in a very awkward spot. Now Navi gonna push forward. Smoker's gonna save, it looks like.
Hey, watch out! Reloading.
And about 3% gone off the opener again. Can they make it through? Definitely not. Shinigami's gonna have their full hit up, ready to go. Navi, if they want to go, they can't slow down. And they actually indeed decide to slow down. Boomer. Looking for the arc here on the news van. And he misses it. He's a little short. Jockey entering from the rear, and that's going to be a double cap, and it's the rolling tri-cap for his second. They're going to get the clears, but they're going to get decent damage off of this. Landing a tri-cap in there is impressive work. So he loses a little bit more, continuing forward. Now Navi knows there's no pills in that room. So they really have no need to slow it down. And instead should just continue pushing it. If Shinigami sends their hit here, that'd be really interesting considering they have a charged smoke. And a spit. And it looks like they are going to drop down. They started climbing up like they were going to go for the rockets, but they dropped down and are instead going to attack here in the kitchen. Boomer trying to go fast. Actually going to find two somehow. Navi not paying attention to those in-between spawns. The reaction time just seems a little off right now, reacting to these boomers, as they've been eating a lot. And now with these two boom, they're going to slow down enough to maybe give Shinigami that fourth spawn. They have a charged smoke spit right now. And yeah, they're slowing down enough. They're going to get that fourth spawn, which will be a jockey. Very interesting. Navi allowing this to happen. And here we go. Smoker going to lead. Trying to stack. Nicely done killing that Smoker. And the jockey's not ready at all. And Navi actually shuts it down. Spitter's just going to delay. What a shutdown. The call to stack is not bad. Well, the SMGs are ready. As I just got done saying how Navi was a bit slow in the reaction time, they go ahead and throw me off. As the event is underway. They have another track out this time with the boom. Jock on smoke.
Game on, baby.
Looks like Smoker coming from ground level. Jockey, Hunter. Above. Looking for the rockets. In they go. Smoker from the ground floor. Does connect on the jump. Nice clear. M2 on the jockey, but the Hunter's going to take that target. Jockey still pouncing around. M2'd again. M2'd a fourth time. M2'd a fifth time, and he finally dies off. They kill the jockey boomer last. And Navi going to push forward here. Off the triple boom. And they are really healthy. The question is, how will they take this tank? It's a very interesting spawn. We saw Shinigami go for the button. And then ended up paying off well for them. They got lucky that those commons weren't really flooding in very well. It's like Navi has slowed it down, going to clear out the commons right here, but I don't think the commons really stop until the button goes. But the horde should die off. There should be no extra horde here once the tank spawns. Navi beginning the rotation back. Hunt Smoke Jock is the current support up, as Diaz has tank number 2 for Shinigami. Navi is getting a free run back at this point, as there are not really any SI in position to help out. The Hunters already spawned up, pouncing around. The comments are still trickling in. Look at that. There's still quite a bit. As the tank rotates up, looking to go outside, and he changes his mind, drops back down, and is coming from this side. This is a potential commit. It's good commit support. Navi is still really healthy. Oh, what a rock. That one almost connects. Oh, boy. Looking for another. Sailing in. He's down to second pass, so he's committing. Here we go. Gonna need a lot of work from this tank. Navi's still really healthy. Smoker pulls one down. It's not getting cleared. Oh, but he doesn't get the corner. He misses the follow-up. Getting moved around inside the business. Hunter connects, and tank is driving Nick down. That's gonna be an in-cap onto Akari. He's still got 2K, and he's gonna decommit. Jockey pouncing around inside. There's the smoke pull. He's in for the recommit. Jockey still searching for a home. He's corralling them. He's got the corner. And he's gonna get a second in cap, maybe. Down to 190. Oh, and he dies. No second in cap, but they still get good damage. Navi kind of selling the bag a little bit. Here comes the Charger, delaying the pickup a little bit. Now Navi's gonna take this event again. 724. They're gonna pop the pills, take him down to 694. Shinigami walked in with 468. There's a one boom dropping from the top of the hole. Navi going to continue pushing forward. They are not slowing down for anything. They should be able to get to the button. That boomer was just a sack anyway. Jockey Hunter Spitter. The SI up currently. 10 seconds out for that fourth one. Navi has about a 230, actually a little less than 230 points lead in the bonus category. Still lots of potential for damage. They need to lock it in and take pretty much no damage here if they want to win the chapter by a decent amount and bring back this game. That'd be enough to close the gap. Tricap with Spit, Jockey Hunter Smoker here for the corridor. Two SMGs in the back clearing out the commons that are still staggering. One shotgun in the front, the SMG in position 2. Smoker looking to stack. Nice insta clear, nice skeet, and they're gonna shut down that attack beautifully. The shotgun putting in the work. It actually looks like the SMG is who skeeted the Hunter. So they're doing what they need to do. Now they need to take one final hit at the elevator. And they can win this chapter and maybe close the gap from chapter 1. And they're gonna go, and they're gonna opt to fight this event here. Interesting. No Spitter. Smoker tries to lead, one boom in the back. Hunter pouncing it from the corner, wins that 1v1 against the SMG, and they shut it down. Only a couple ticks. And actually, with the way this is set up, they might be able to... No, they're in. There shouldn't even be any staggered spawns. 602 to 468, and they're losing bonus a little bit. In they go, and they walk it in. Shinigami will still have the lead, but the gap is ever so slightly close. 2244 to 2164 in favor of Shinigami here. Game 1. Back and forth. We'll be back. Chapter 3 is where we see some very Survivor... I've seen a lot of Survivor-sided scores here on Chapter 3 at Die Scraper. And with the way these Survivors have been playing on both sides, very high-scoring bout right now. Thank you for the follow.
I can tell you about the time my grandpa took me on a bus to Memphis and visit Grace.
I mean, this is the reason that these two are in the grand finals. They had a fantastic best of 3 last week that Shinigami was able to pull off an upset. Navi was undefeated up to this point. Shinigami has brought their aim game. Not their aim game. That sounds like chits. Their A game. Really taking it to Navi. This is Shinigami's pick. Reminder, the Navi picked Death Toll. And that will be played on Tuesday. And if they should play a game 3, it will be dead air. But we'll see who takes game 1 as we are live. 2-2 Hunt Smoke for the opener. Hunter in from the right side. Smoker does land. They're going to get the Pounce Spit. And good opening attack. Ticks coming out with that Pounce Spit. Flint Bonds unfortunately missing that skeet. And they're going to take about 3% off the opener. And they actually find Pills right away. Pills right away. That is a very interesting pill spawn. Hunter Jockey spawned up, trying to catch him in the in-between here in the cubicle. Charger just going, gonna get melted down. The Hunter Jockey takes the same target. Smoker gets cleared. And that was a pretty pitiful quad attempt coming out from Navi. Tried to catch him in between, and I like the idea. Unfortunately, the execution was not there. The Jockey's gonna go ahead and decommit and save.
I'll take the shotgun.
Reloading.
Continuing forward here, a couple comments stagger in the back. They melt that down. 2-2 charge jock here on the staircase. Another in-between catch from Navi, maybe, or they're going to go right here. No, they're going to go right here on the staircase. Charger gets it leveled. Boomer in from the rear, going to connect with one. Going to get M2. Jockey in from the top, going to connect on the boom target. Getting a little bit of damage here and there, but Shinigami's been doing well, taking these tough corridors. Great level coming out. Diaz leading the way. And he's been probably one of the better players on Shinigami. Every single time I've casted them, at least in the playoff stage, he has been performing outstandingly.
Man, to think I laughed when I saw that zombie movie.
Dia has been performing well in that position 1 spot. And the addition of Flame Bronze for that position 2 has worked out phenomenally for Shinigami. It's been great chemistry, and they've made it all the way here. It's been a very fantastic underdog story. Now they are really taking it to the number 1 seeded Navi as we jump onto this attack here. No spitter. We got the tri-cap hunt charge with the smoke. We got the hunter already pre-spawned up. Getting chipped a little bit, but he could be a good distraction here if the rest of the SI want to make a play. Here comes the Charger breaking the glass. Smoker gonna get cleared out. Charger melted down before he can do anything. Triple boom off the proxy. Smoker drops in, getting a scratch. Just felt a breeze. Making sure no one is at my door. I felt a breeze. Oh well, I think we're good. As they go and start the generator. Still lots of health. Doing very well so far, Shinigami. We have an 83% tank, so it will probably be fought back here. Trying to catch him here. Charger in. Gonna miss. Connecting on the stumble. There's gonna be the double cap. Spit goes in onto Kazad. They're gonna get the pounce spit. A little bit of damage. Nicely done. 20% of the bonus is gone.
Gotta reload.
Look out!
They rotate up into the room here. Single boom off the arc. Smoker gonna go in too, so it looks like they're just stacking for a better spawn order. And they're gonna attack around the staircase, I imagine. And Shinigami's not even gonna wait for these comments to die out, even though they're really healthy. They're gonna push forward. They're about 10% away from tank. One more attack here. Gonna catch him in the in-between here on the staircase. We got the spitter already spawned up. And they have plenty of time to let them get up the staircase a little bit before they send it. But the Charger looks like he wants to go right here. Hunter spawned up as well. Maybe a stack situation. Charger spawns up now, rotating in. Gonna get melted down. Chip level Diaz again. Charger getting a little bit impatient. I don't know why he didn't just wait for him to come up here. And now, Primbons and Diaz against this Hunter. It's gonna win. The Hunter wins. The Jockey wins in the spit. Oh, they're getting huge damage. Nick is still standing in it. That's a full end cap, and Diaz is down to red. Oh boy, the Jockey Spitter end up being a perfect combo here on the staircase. Knocking down Shinigami, huge. Boom, and 2 off the... 2 from below. Coach and Ellis able to avoid that, and now Shinigami is reeling a little bit. And they're going to stay here. They're going to keep stacking hits. Smoker tries to catch one. Charger spawned up as well. Same with Hunter. They're all in the rear. And they still have that Boomer. And now Shinigami's bleeding, so they need to not be playing like this. They're trying to pick the SI in the rear, but they're just going to run away from them.
Keep it up. Come on. Keep it up. Keep it up. You gonna make it.
It's like a stalemate right now. Tank has finally spawned up. Hunter does get skeeted, but that was the tank. Smoker just going to delay. Going to get one scratch off of this Charger and one punch. I'm coughing. He got the charge down below. Almost 2 slams and a triple boom. This might be an insta-commit. If he can get in time. I coughed right as he hit that. Oh, but Shinigami going to wisely rotate all the way down. They're going to play movie theater. There are still so many comments, though. This could still be an insta-commit. Throwing the rock, and yeah, he's going in with all these common. Shinigami in danger. Smoke Jock Hunt for the support. Nick pops his pills. Smoker gets the early pull, but he's going to go for somebody else. Rotating targets. Misses the punch. Hunter goes in. Oh, I think Navi misplaying a little bit, but he's going to get the corner onto Kazad. He's still got a lot of HP. Common still everywhere. There's a second in cap. He is still so healthy. This is looking like nothing more than a wipe. There's the smoke pull. Another corner. And that's a 4-punch survivor. One more punch. He goes down, but he's still got 981. He's going to decommit around the corner. Alice might be able to get this pickup. Maybe this won't end up being a wipe. Here comes the boom, connecting onto a down survivor. Tank rotating in, getting a punch, but he got the pickup. But he's going to be able to get a second incap out of Kazad. Maybe. And he does get it, and he dies. And then here comes the Charger and the Hunter. This is bad. Ellis in a 1v2. Charger lands, and it looks like Shinigami will wipe out. Navi playing that beautifully. And the wipeout onto Shinigami. And now this is Navi's chance. And with some of the scores I've seen on this chapter, they can take a pretty big lead here heading into the finale if they do this right. All the pressure on Shinigami's SI side now as they're only able to score 504. 2748 is their total after 3. What a job by Navi. But can their survivor match? That's what's most important here. Winning form already up on the side of Navi before we get going here on the second half of 3.
I can tell you about the time my grandpa took me on a bus to Memphis and visit Graceland, and we...
Alice, we don't have time for that right now.
Okay, but I do love going on bus rides.
As we are going live, here we go. Can Navi take the lead off of that amazing tank wipe? We will find out as we are ready to go. The 2-2. Oh, baiting out that Hunter. It's going to get chipped a little bit, and now Rochelle's outside alone. Now Navi doing the full push out. Smoker misses. Here comes the Hunter. Gonna get skeeted out. Boom lands 1. And they're gonna die in a pretty good sack order here. And they get about 2. Not even actually. A full percent coming out, it looks like. Off the opener. Navi in full swing. Can they catch him in the in-between here in the corridor? Spitter, Jockey, Hunter up. Charger a little out of position. Jockey M2. Hunter Hunter does land, but the Charger just going to miss. They're going to try and save the Spitter, but I don't think Navi's going to let that happen.
Reloading.
Or they will. I lied. Navi is going to let that happen. Spitter's going to be able to save. But they take that beautifully as well. 2 hits and pretty much nothing coming out in terms of damage. I don't know how wise it was to actually save that Spitter, because now we have a 2-2 here, and it's a pretty bad 2-2, the Poo-2. With the Smoker Jockey. Sorry, I'm new with this camera work. Jesus. Navi still sticking with the 1 shotgun. 2 shotguns seems to be a pretty normal meta we see nowadays. But Navi is going to opt against it. They trust in their position 1, who's been pretty on it. Can they make it? They're going to let them make it through the staircase. They're going to opt to attack here in the hallway as normal. Perhaps they're going to try and stack with the Smoke Jock. Here comes the Smoker leading the way. Does connect. Jockey a little late. M2, but that spit spread immaculate. And the boom, and they're going to get good damage off the scratches. Wow. Off of a Poo-2, they take like 40 HP from Rochelle. That is crazy work. That spit spread is insane.
Reloading. Watch out.
So some signs of life from Shinigami here. Have had a pretty dead SI round so far. But Navi's going to be able to take this outside hit and push it forward.
Reloading.
But Shinigami has a quad. Can you imagine? Here we go. Charger in. Melted down. They land the double cap. Can the Hunter find a target? They clear out the Smoker. Jockey's still taking Rochelle away. And while it wasn't a quad, they're still going to get great damage as the Jockey is taking forever to be cleared. Rochelle eating so much of the damage.
time a store gives a man a haircut while he buys himself some pants.
Reloading. Reload.
Reloading!
Got it.
Navi starts the event. They've taken quite a bit of hefty damage here in the last couple hits after pretty much shutting down everything in the early goings. 2-2 charge hunt as they begin pushing up into the room. Not a lot of room to work with here. They're going to miss those spawns, and Navi's going to be able to take the room. Hunter looks like he wants to come from below. Charger climbing in as well. Charger should just get melted down. It will. Spit goes in. Boomer lands 2, lands 3. Ellis got proxied. I don't know what Navi, with the deal with Navi's reaction time with boomers, but it has been god-awful. Or the fan shrimp begins opening up. The Charger Smoker Jockey's up, and the last one will be a Hutchins. They have another quad. Can they maybe land it this time? This one's going to be even tougher. Look at that smoke pull. Nice insta clear. Great job, but Jump's going to get charged. Another clear. Nicely done, Jockey. And they almost reset 3 times, but look at the clears coming out. Saving the day. That was close. Almost resetting 3 times. That's going to be the tank. Navi not going to waste any time in this room. Kazad has tank number 3 for Shinigami. As Navi begins rotating back, there are a lot of commons in the back still to deal with. And a boomer. Can Navi shut this boomer down? They've been off with the boomer shutdown so far. From below, here it comes, and they get it. And they're going to be able to clear out all these commons. Hunt charge up and 10 seconds out for 2K as Kazad begins rotating in. Looks like he's coming in from the normal way from the front side. Looking for an early rock here. Can he find one? Should get skeeted out. And he's got pretty good commit SI, I think. I don't know if you want a charger in this spot. It's going to be tough to land, but they need to sack it now or they're not going to have time. And there's comments trickling in. It looks like Kazada sees that. He's going in. Coach gets stuck on one. Oh, but he misses the follow-up. Gets another punch. Another. And he's going to have his in cap. On to jump at 1.6. Runs the SI in. Hunter connects. And the double punch lands. Jockey connects on the neck. Separation. Oh, this is looking like a wipe. Charge lands. Akari is out. And that's going to be a wipe. They wipe trade. Navi will not be able to close the gap. Shinigami will take the lead into finale. The wipe trade. 27-48 to 26-50 is your score. As we head into the finale, a die scraper, the back and forth continues. And here it is, the finale of Game 1. It's where things can start to get hectic. There's only one choke point up to the finale. And it's the crazy, crazy hit. Let's see. It's somewhere along the outskirts here. Oi! It reset me back. Where is it? Here it is. It's this right here. The crazy, crazy hit as the survivors climb up. Many a team, even top tier, will wipe here. Oh, that wind is so loud. They sack the boomer. We have a charger, we have a smoker, we have a jockey. Shinigami. Usually if you can make it through this, you know, you're sitting pretty. It's not a difficult finale. Final SI is up. Jockey clearing out the doors, but he's getting pushed to hell. Rim bonds. So the quad on the ladder. Jockey's chipped. Not for much, though. Smoker's in position. Charger Hunter from the ground level looking for to come from the rear. Rim bonds pushing it out. You can get smoked there easily. And they're sending in the full attack. Smoker gets cleared. Charger in. He's dead, and the jockey whiffs, and Shinigami's gonna take this easily. Navi selling a little bit. Maybe getting a little overzealous. I don't know what their plan was there, but it was not a good one. Very, very rough going from them.
Looks real safe. Alice, you go first.
We have a 2-2. Smoke hunt follow-up. Here we go. Oh, the Hunter just gets pelted in the face. And they're going to go for quad right away. It looks like Navi not going to waste any time. Rim bonds. Calling the question mark. It's kind of funny. Event underway. 2 tanks to deal with. But a lot of point potential. And it's not a quad. Spitter saved. I just realized. I'm going to go for this. Looks like the Charger looking to lead. Hunter's going to catch him off guard. Charger in. It connects on a Rochelle. Bouncing off of something. I don't know what that was about. But they're going to get some decent damage out of it. Unfortunately, the spit was a little bit off the mark. Oh, the ball's moving. Rim bonds moving the ball. Look at him. Bye-bye. They're going to send the attack. Hunter lands. Charger trying to catch Rochelle. Oh, don't chest bumps off a coach. It's still rolling. Oh, look at me. Wait, does that in-cap if one of the survivors, if it runs into a survivor, even though no tank hit it? Okay, hold on. They're rotating over to the pool side. We have the Jock Hunt making chase. Hunter gets skated. Jockey's dead. Smoker pull in the spit. They're getting ticks. Oh, 2K gets stuck in that spit. And we have a Akari, the tank up. He's going to go for his bola. It's still in play. It's just going to be very tough to get up now. It's not on the second floor, but he puts it right up there. Nice follow-up hit, but it's rolling further away. Action resumes. Tank is up. Working in this ball. He's getting some pretty good punches. The fact that even now he's not getting good punches. The fact that he was able to work it in this much after it being on the first floor is pretty impressive. And he gets it back into play, still going, but he's down a second pass. He's gonna have to commit with this boomer. In they go, boomer from below, gonna get popped. Another tank's out of support, but he's gonna have to go in. Actually, still 72nd if he can keep it, but he's going in. Ball is in play. A little bit rough, it's still rolling, and he drops into the pool. Oh, the double lands, though. He gets another onto Rochelle, but he's looking up, but he gets the in-cap somehow. Charger Jockey, in they go. Still 2K. M2 on the Jockey, dies off. He's pushing them directly towards the ball. He gets a corner onto Ellis, towards the ball. And oh my God, it connects. He's going to get the kill. No, he's dead. The hunt connects, and they're going to survive. We got 2 in-caps. What a ball at the last second. It's still rolling. So Shinigami survives, but not before eating 2 in-caps. With how close this game is, any amount of damage helps for Navi. 665 is the point total. They should get a couple extra sets of pills here. And they only have 1? Did they already use one? I guess they already used one. Yeah, Kazad actually took it. Smoker pulled below, getting a couple ticks. Jackie drops in. Spit goes out. Nothing connecting onto that spit. But it's going to be able to save. Spit rotates out. Going to keep it for the next attack. I do believe they don't have a jockey for the follow-up here. Where are they going? Oh, they're chasing the spitter. Oh, boy. Trying to flush it out. Ain't going to work, though. Charger, Hunter, Boomer, so a little 2-2 action. Charger going fast, gonna connect, but not gonna find anything. Hunter from below. Connects onto one. Spitter does get picked up, but that Hunter getting a couple ticks right in front of 2K. Got a little trouble with their M2s today. Shinigami in a world of pain right now.
Reloading.
Reloading here. Reloading.
Another tri-cap with the spit. Jockey trying to catch Diaz up alone. Nice M2. Now they got a smoker trying to stack. Oh, the charger connects. Spit goes out. Diaz is going to eat a charged spit. Oh, big damage coming out. They're going to have to pop that next set of pills. Self-clear from Plurim Bombs onto that smoker. And they're going to rotate over to the pool in preparation for tank number 5. This one going to be in the hands of Jump, who I believe have the Chapter 1 tank. And Shinigami in a world of hurt right now. I feel like Jump should just play Bleed for a little bit. They have a Boomer, along with the Hunter Jockey. They're going to send the Boom in, trying to find one, but a little bit off the mark. He's going to die off. Jump rotates around, avoiding Chip. No reason to take anything. Hunter Jockey. As I mentioned before, last SI's 10 seconds out, take us rotating up. And they pop that last set of pills, so Shinigami now in a world of hurt. Diaz is probably going to be the main target, as he will be about probably only 2 punches whenever this tank commits. Drops down to second pass. Final SI's a charger. Going to have to go in here soon. And it looks like he's coming from directly above them. Down to 50%. Well, you're going to see him work his way in soon. Diaz is going to be the main target. And he goes, flushing Nick down back to the pool area. And they're rotating around. Okay, they're splitting off 2 and 2. Maybe a little miscommunication. Hunter does get cleared. He's got the kill onto Diaz. Oh, he missed! Oh, this is bad. The support is dead. Jump is not getting good value out of this. He's going to try and decommit with as much health as possible. Oh, but they can get in that room. 3.3k on the decommit. They're going to get the pick up onto Diaz. Looking for a curve. Oh, nice curve rock, but it just barely misses the Doma coach. Now they have a Boomer. They have a Smoker. They have a Jockey on the recommit. He's going to have to recommit soon. He's down to 10%. In they go. Boomer misses his pull. Oh, there's the early pull. Double boom. Triple boom. With the Jockey. He's got another corner, and they're not really shooting him. He gets the in cap. Second pull. In comes the rock. Connecting onto Ellis. That's an in cap, and this is looking really good for this tank. The momentum shifts have been crazy. He's still got quad ones here. Down to triple digits finally. Curve rock connecting on the Nick. Then this is looking like a wipe. Punch goes in. He decommits again at 28 HP. Rocket skated, but the SI should mop it up, and they will. Shinigami is wiped. 32-92 is the final total for Shinigami. They could not make it past the second tank. So they're trailing by 642, and that's not even full distance. Distance on this one's 800. They're trailing by 642, so if they kill, what is it? They kill second tank, they win pretty much. Kill 2 tanks. Navi's got to kill both. They kill both, they win. They don't got to make it to the helicopter. They just got to kill both. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Key. Will they make it? It's all gonna come down to this choke point at the very beginning here. I feel like if they can take it the same way Shinigami did, their chances to kill 2 tanks go up immensely. Oh, not Insta. You're so right. I hope Division 2 for RBT is just as good. And here we go. 642 to win it, or 643 to win it. Kill 2 tanks, and if you're Navi, you're worried about this opening choke point. Shinigami not sacking the Boomer, though. Boomer is nowhere to be found. And he is above. It looks like they want this Boomer. They're not going to opt for the quad, and this could be a genius play if it can manage something. Smoker already in position. See where the Boomer ends up going. And if you're Navi, you're preparing. This is it, right here. This is where all the momentum lies, is on this specific choke point. Obviously, if they lose a survivor here, they're probably not killing 2 tanks. Jockey spawns above, breaking out the door. Charger rotating above as well. Looks like they all want to hit from above. Look at that Boomer, above. Everything above. Nothing from below. They're trying to pick that Smoker. Ellis is baiting the ladder. Ellis still baiting. SMGs are ready to pick that Smoker at a moment's notice. What will this Boomer add to the mix? The jockey backs off. Ellis is up top. Smoker's chipped a little bit. Just like it's a stalemate right now. No play being made. The Chargers drop down, looking for an in-between spawn here, looking to catch jump. He rotates up. Oh, wait, you know, Ellis is in a bad spot right now. If the jockey can manage a land, that could be a DC. Here comes the Boomer! And he drops in, he finds 2! Oh, this could be disastrous for Navi. Here we go. Jockey, gonna get M2'd. Charger, oh, what an M2! There's the smoke pull and the ledge hang onto Rochelle. Ooh. Should be able to get this pickup. Smoker's 4 seconds out. And Rochelle pushing the rest of the way up. Smoker tongue is back. Hunter from below looking to catch jump. And it gets skated. Jump wins. 9 shots. Smoker's out. Spit. Delaying. Charger in. Absolutely decimated. Navi takes it successfully. After quite a big stalemate, Navi comes out on top. Really healthy. Very good start in their quest to kill 2 tanks. Both teams taking that choke point beautifully, I gotta say. We see top teams fold there. Tri-cap with the boom. Hunter cacks below. There's a smoke pull. Jockey gonna get him 2 somehow. Boomer drops in. Gonna find 3. And the Smoker gonna try to save. No, he's gone. I was gonna say the wind is not gonna let him save. Hey, welcome in. We got a Navi fan. We got a Shinigami fan. We got a Navi fan. These two going back and forth. You love to see it. The situation is simple. Navi kills both tanks. They win. Only 642 points separated these two after the Shinigami wipe. Charger, Jockey, Hunter, Spitter. Here we go. Charger above, Hunter from the ground level. Nice skeet coming out, and the Charger and the Spitter will connect, though. 1 slam goes out. 2 slam, not quite. But the damage will still tally up immensely. Ellis is going to lose a ton of HP off of that hit. And he's going to have to pop his pills. Unless he opts to save. There's no harm in saving. It looks like Plurmbons is getting 30 FPS. Playable. Innuendo played with 60 FPS for a long time. He's got it. Boomer trying to get a spawn below. Can he find it? The arc from below, disconnect onto 1. There's a smoke pool. No one paying attention to coach. He's going to get a tick. Hunt Jock stacking the same person, unfortunately. Can the jockey relatch? M2'd. M2'd again. No relatch. They're going to pop that set of pills, drop down, and grab one of the 2 sets left. No, Ellis is not grabbing one of the extra sets.
Reloading.
Hey, ammo here.
They're going to go ahead and save them. Rotating over to poolside. As the tank is up, it's going to be 2K. Tank number 4 for Shinigami. Only one bleeder. The rest of Navi is still really healthy. The first tank of 2 that they must kill. Charger Hunter Jockey. That's a pretty good attack. So we might see a commit from 2K here. He's going to bleed out Young as much as possible. Just going to let it go to the last possible second, I think. No, it looks like he's in now. Jump a little bit late on the drop down. He's going to get cornered. Oh, but he punches him a little too far. He catches Nick in the pool. Hunt connects. Charger hasn't dropped down yet. Oh, this tank punches him out of the pool. He's down to 3.4, but he's still getting really good value out of this. Ellis is being chased away. Charger's going to drop down on top. Rock connecting on the Nick. Can the Charger win? Oh, he stumbles him. Ellis does not pop his pills. That's an in cap. Now this tank's going to get melted down. Tried to curve it through the wall. They still have a jockey and a smoker. They can still get some good damage out of this. Oh, jockey connects, but the smoker and the tank are not with him. One scratch comes out. They're going to try and get the pickup. Rochelle's separated. And they're getting big ticks. Navi eating a lot of damage here. They're going to get the pickup. Tank is still at 952. Going to decommit. Still on first pass. So he can play this out for as long as possible and let them bleed. This is actually really smart from this tank. Navi will not get any distance until this tank goes AI or dies. So letting them bleed like this is smart. Can he maybe get anything left at the tail end here? As we have a Charger Hunter in the last SI 2 seconds out. Another tri-cap. 25% second. Here we go. One final hit with this tank. Charger melted down. Hunter does find a target. Rock will not find a home. Tank drops in looking for anything at the end. Finds a punch and dies off. Really, really good tank from Shinigami and Navi. Looking a little rough here. They got 2 sets of pills to work with. And they got to eat some hits and kill a second tank. I don't know if it's possible. But we'll see. They're the #1 seed for a reason. Can they lock it in? Thank you for the follow. 2-2 smoke charge follow up here. All from the same spot. Perhaps smoke charge stack. Looking for it. There it is. The stack. Oh, they connect with the spit. Oh, the spit's out of play. Are you serious? That didn't touch Rochelle. Boomer below going to die off. And they're going to use that last set of pills onto Jump. He's going to hold onto them for as long as he possibly can.
This here is some serious bullshit. Reloading.
Probably one more hit here before this second tank is up, and it's a quad. Shinigami looking to quad them. End Navi's hopes here. Hunter connects. Charger connects. Hunter gets cleared up, but one slam comes out onto that Charger. 2 slams. 3. Smoker still up. Finds a pull. No, he will not. They clear out the Charger, and they need to pick Jump up fast. Jump does have that set of pills, but Nick and Ellis are going to be slow by the time this tank rolls in. Is it too much damage for Navi? We find out. As they rotate pull side, final tank of the game up. 1 boom finds 2 boom. Oh, this is an instant commit for Kazad, I think. It is the instant commit. Kazad, kill it or lose. He misses the first punch. Finally gets one, but he doesn't have a corner. Wait a minute, the focus on really good. Support's gonna have to go in. Coach is separated. Jockey takes advantage. He accidentally M2s it. There's the connection, the double cap landing. Can they clear up this Hunter? The tank is almost dead. 1 punch, Charger lands, and they wipe with 402. Oh my God, it was so close. But Shinigami takes game 1, 32-92 to 31-94.
Welcome in, everybody. We are here with the grand finals of Division 2. We are going to have Navi going up against Shinigami. Shinigami on the survivor side, Navi on the special infected. Shinigami apparently already up 1-0. That match was casted by... Wow, quick hit coming out. Not going to work out in Envy's favor. That much is for sure. 2% is all that they lose on the side of Shinigami. 70% for the tank. How we doing? Welcome in, everybody. Hambo, KLM, Infested Soul, XPT. Wonderful to have y'all all in here. We are going to have a 70% tank in the hands of Supra for Navi, and he's going to have a lot of player help to deal with. Currently tuned into Diaz, one of the shotgun players for Shinigami, and he is going to be helping to shut down. You know, not doing too much with that pump shotgun, but he's actually aiming to move forward here. Is this the play? They are going to go ahead and walk it forward. Of course, the tank is now going to be brought in, so of course they'll do that. And they aren't going to risk bringing it back, because why would they? This is such a solid spot here for the survivors. Really, it depends on the SI team getting a great boom, getting a cheeky smoker, getting a multi-cap. The boom will come in from behind, manages to land onto one. Bill holds the line here forward. Not too much happening. Of course, we'll go ahead and look at our common situation. Not a whole lot going on. Now, I've got some very exciting between round stuff to show y'all. I'm very excited to show it off. Hopefully it goes according to plan. It does take a little bit of technicality behind it, so I might mess it up from time to time. But I'm excited to show it. For now, it is the tank, Supra, bringing it in. I know our levels are a little bit low. Smoker coming out, tanking into smack, getting another one onto Zoe, easily cornering herself, and Charge is going to take that. Yeah, I like it. Gets cleared very quickly, though. Despite being in that corner, the double cap will come out. Tank is not doing a great job at guarding them or pushing them forward. We'll go ahead and get an E-Rock onto Zoe there in the back line. Finish off Plarimbons on Billiam, and let's see what the tank can do from here. Nothing. He is going to go ahead and go down from there. A single end cap, but also big hits onto Diaz. We've got two players with the bonus completely exposed. DB gonna be fragile here during the remaining hits. They slow down for the jockey. Let's get the jock cam. Jockey's gonna be running away as the survivors push forward. He's trying to buy time, but they're gonna hunt him down. I love this play from Shinigami. They recognized the SIs were not up yet and that jockey was trapped, and this is gonna be problematic for Navi because they've only got one hit left, and not only did one SI die, but two. It's going to be a spitter and a charger. I would love to see a little bit more push, a little bit more hustle here for Shinigami, because they're just going to allow the fourth and third SIs to come up, Smoker and a Hunter, and they are now going to be coming in. Let's look from the shotgun perspective as Diaz gets a beautiful ski onto Pero, shutting down the charge as well. The spit definitely not going according to plan. They did not expect that skeet to come out. Beautiful play by Diaz, and that is going to lead to Shinigami getting in with 800 plus points. Now we will go ahead and check out our replay here. This was the tank engage. Team Navi doing what they could, but honestly leaving a ton on the table. We'll see if that comes back to bite them here as we finish up what I'm doing on the back end. Excited to display this for y'all. Hopefully all goes according to plan. Okay, I see the error in my ways. Let's get it formatted. Let's get it listed. Let's get it showing. Oh, hell yeah. And we do have the first unveil of round stats. Now, I do have to clean it up here apparently a little bit, but you can see Razor able to get 7 kills, plenty of damage, really even spread amongst our teams. I will get that fixed up a little bit later, but we're here into our round. Envy gonna be doing what they can. I love the hold here from Shinigami. This is really smart. They managed to get a Hunter up, so there will be no spitter. The boom sack going into a Hunter, but still, this is really scary. Really easy to take fall damage here. Really easy to get charged off and die. Smoke pull is good. We'll get instant cleared by Pero. I love this. Let's go ahead and watch from Loose. Oh, how about the jockey with the fall damage? Some instant good damage onto Supra, but is that going to be the end? We've still got plenty left to go. Actually, they're taking a split path, it looks like. Charger, yeah, going to be easily dealt with. Hunter will eventually come in. Really smart by NV. Well played by NV. It's going to be, you know, nothing crazy as far as damage goes, but it'll be enough. It'll definitely be more than it was on NV's SI side.
Reloading!
Let's go ahead and get our closed caption. Spitter, Boomer, Jockey, and a Charger. They already passed up a good place to hit, but we do, of course, have another one up ahead. There are plenty... Ooh, going in with the Boom first, trying to get something going. Not going to work. That was a tank, so they're just going to go ahead and send in the tank. Now they're going to force a hit. Early spit. They don't care. Yeah, they're not going to try to cash in a hit at all. I'm honestly kind of surprised because obviously Shinigami has plenty of time to cycle through. I feel like they could have got value. They're going to roll it in with only 2 SIs up. The charge lands, catching Navi off guard. The E-Rock comes out. This is actually brilliant so far from the tank, but he misses a smack, and now everything goes wrong as the jockey gets emptied down as well. Poor Renboss is not making it happen so far. Look at the ski attempt from Lewis. It's not going to work, but the tank is still dead, and look at the health bars here for Navi. Shinigami taking map 1, but Navi with a big clap back saying that they were #1 headed into this series before the bracket reset, and they are going to fight it all the way through, headed to map 3. We'll see if we get there. It's going to be dead air if we do get there, but let's not get ahead of ourselves because we still got one more hit. Spitter, Charger, Smoker, and a Boomer. Definitely not the scariest hit in the hands of Shinigami. We'll see what they can do with it. I don't even see the Charger. Charger finally up. NV could literally just hold W and walk in Charger free, but they don't know that. We're going to watch from Supra's perspective. Eating the Boom. Charge comes out, but it gets cleared so damn fast. Smoke by the side, just scrapes of damage, nothing too crazy. They even found an extra set of builds, and they will walk in with plenty advantage over Shinigami. 1108. It's going to be plus 300 compared to Shinigami. Absolutely incredible gameplay by Navi so far. We'll see if they can keep it locked down, or you know, it is death toll, you know, so can't get too far ahead of ourselves. Now, as we watch that play out, I will do my best to get the stats available for y'all. Let's get it rolling. And there we go. Still waiting for the ready ups for 2 players, of course. Another pretty even spread. Supra actually getting the lowest damage. 31% for El Pero. And we still wait for the ready ups. Like we said, Navi going to be up 300 points. Smoker, Charger, Spitter, and a Jockey. Not a bad hit at all. Of course, you don't really mind having a Boom here either, because the Boom is really easy to get the setup for, and it can cause a lot of havoc But of course, you know, it's more detrimental in your pug matches where teammates aren't necessarily gonna be knowing where their random teammates are. But if you can choreograph this as a team headed into the match, you're on death toll. Even if you get boomed, you have a pretty good idea of where the other targets are going to be. So we'll see. Navi takes her time for the second ready up and get pushed along by Shinigami. After Shinigami got pushed along by Navi on the first chapter. Funny little meta game there. We continue on. Charger on one side, Smoker on the other. Pretty obvious spots for Shinigami. Definitely the Smoker, pretty obvious. Actually, Charger is going to line up with the Smoker for a smoke charge situation. Charge. Oh, no. For this being a Division 2 match, the clear times are really, really fast. You see two members of Navi are left inside the safe room so that they are blocking, preventing spawns from ever being able to spawn in there. Important tech, you know, pretty widely known, of course, but still important nonetheless to be executing on. Obviously, Navi going to be trying to get some chip, but they've got to be a little bit careful because there actually is a Boomer. That being said, Boomer's not going to have a great chance since they can't spawn indoors, but he can still try to catch him off guard with the chip. I love how he tried to time it with the rock and tried to explode on them, but Navi was already positioned well enough that that's not going to take an effect. And he is going to roll it in 2K. Going to be the second tank for Shinigami, getting the first smack onto Lewis. Nice ops, but he's going to pay the price for sure, and he misses the follow-up smack. Lewis on top of his head, but 2K still manages to lock it down. Akari, the body block from Francis, the hit coming in. Hunter gonna get cleared up. Yeah, 2K's gonna go down. Wonderful little body block for what? Oh, he falls down. Oh my god, beautiful curve rock from 2K is gonna finish it off. 2 in caps for Navi. Obviously not great, but definitely not the end of the world either. A lot of times those SIs, if left unchecked, if they can even get just a solo cat, like a jockey pulling a guy outside, a smoker being able to pull a guy outside probably won't happen, but you know, especially the jockey, you never know what can unfold there. So Shinigami getting about a middle of the road, I would say, tank, considering the position. Charger, Spitter, boom on one, Smoker comes up, keeps him in. Not bad at all, taking advantage of the DB also, which is exposed by 2 members of Navi already. That being said, I do expect the DB to run out, you know, by the time that they're done, but it's still a good practice to be focusing it because even without considering the points, it is temporary health, right? So if you get the temporary health players down, they've got to eat those pills faster. Like we see Lewis already having to pop another set of pills. Charger with the hops. There is no way that Charger's getting in with the clear times of both these teams, but they will eat the quad boom. Not going to do too much, but you know, still be a nuisance for them. Couldn't see if there were any pills. We'll see if there are any pills over here. Still a little bit too dark to be able to see. Survivors out of pills officially, but there's certainly 2 sets of pills still able to be found. They find 1 set. Charger comes out. Hunter lands at a great time. Oh my god, it's going to be a tri-cab. Zoe clearing all by herself. She pulls out the pistol. I was going to advise against the pistol play, but she actually gets to clear with it from long range, and they find 2 out of 2 of the remaining pills. So Navi is going to be able to keep trekking it on, no problem. At this point, if I was Shinigami, maybe just be trying to focus on getting Zoe and Bill and try to get the HP down. Because the DB, I mean, all it takes is a couple of ticks, spit ticks, to be able to take down the remaining DB. Let's see what happens. Asa, we're watching Zoe here being left to the back lines, which means they could hit on the back line, right? They're going to choose to hit forward. Boom comes out, finds nothing. And yeah, Zoe's chilling. Zoe even thinking about hunting down the Spit. And honestly, wouldn't be bad. No SIs left alive. Hunter Cam. Diaz going to be joined by a Jockey, Smoker, and a Spitter. Still huge potential for damage. We saw a triple cap already. Will they be able to find another? Taking the smoke target. I suppose it's fine. Spitter will be able to follow up. Get some damage out. EB left on board.
Reloading.
Ammo here.
Survivors should be able to walk it in. Of course, the Smoker alive. Nice little seed tongue there. But Supra will eventually be able to bring it in, and that will be that. As we watch back our, we can see Supra getting MVP for SI damage. Great turnaround for him. And here was our tank. It was Akari actually getting hit early. We are going to see Supra, I believe, take a hit for the team, for Lewis here. Watch him. He walks up, he blocks the tank, he buys Akari a little bit of time, but Akari does eventually go back down. Of course, Akari was already one shot there, so not the best use, but it is all right. Still waiting for the next round to start, by the way. Even damage spread. Nice kills by Supra as we go to the round. Charger, Smoker, Spitter, Jockey. Yeah, gonna start off with Smoker. Everything going really aggressively from Navi. And Shinigami simply walks backwards, and it's fine. Spitter is going to get a couple of ticks. Well-timed spit, especially considering no SIs were available. Still gonna get a couple percentage. As we look at the kill spread, though, or the damage spread, 95 HP for 2K. 98, 98, 99 for the rest. So Shinigami doing a great job, doing exactly what they need to do to preserve their health and, of course, make it require the tank more smacks to get down. Leaving that, allowing the boom a wide burst to get in. Not going to work. Smoker, not quite getting a ding. This is going to be the Hunter, Charger, Jockey that Navi are going to choose to operate with. Of course, it makes sense. You don't really have too many options, other options available to you. I'm really curious what Akari's commit path is going to look like. Is he going to go for the same jump? Is he going to chase a player down the stairway? What has Akari got planned? He's actually going to go the wide way, and then he's kind of looping every which way. Fails to jump. I mean, it's decent, right? Oh, getting an early hit onto Francis. Is eventually going to let him go. Not quite. Wow, well played by Akari. And Razor X is going to go down after that one. Hunting down the star ball into the triple, into a double, into almost killing his own Hunter. But this is certainly going to be the end of the round. Well done by Akari. Now that is a lockdown. And like I said, Shinigami has a ringer because I believe their team captain, or at least one of their key players, Kazad, his power is out. So you can see the coordination of the team is not really coming into play quite as well as they would have hoped for. Look at this engage from Akari, putting in work for Navi, but also Shinigami walking into it with, walking into the triple smack, into the triple double. It's not a great situation to be in. That much is for sure. And it is going to continue to snowball the lead. Short round for Shinigami. Look at Navi. Yeah, they know, but they didn't do much damage at all to him. They're gonna land that. They're gonna even get the fall. Ooh, awkward, but it's not gonna matter too much. Obviously, they would have preferred to maybe hit Zoe, you know, just add some time to kill for the hunter, maybe even get a scratch on her at that point. Maybe he even should have scratched the charge guy who was getting up from the charge. But regardless, it's going to be 6% focused onto Supra, bringing Supra down to 66 HP. It's not too surprising as the lead shotgun for the team to be eating it from time to time. Gonna leave him be. And here is our setup for Navi, leading the game by over double the score of Shinigami. Got a smoker and a charger right now set up. It looks like they're going for some prime real estate here on the Xbox situation. Ooh, tricky setup for the smoker. Are they going to try? I'm assuming they're going to try to pull Supra off. These two players are staying inside. Car is kind of in an awkward spot for Diaz. Very awkward. Navi can definitely use this coverage, no problem. Hitting the hunter kill. And now the tank just rolls it in. He's second past 40%. He can't do a whole lot. He's gonna go run it down. Basically, tank feather situation for Diaz. Not good. Oh my god. Almost able to flip the situation on its head, but now Navi is back to safety, and he has done nothing for the team at a goose egg. 0 damage for Diaz in the entire chapter so far. No hitter and no damage yet to boot. Envy Akari getting 50% of the tank damage there. Putting in work, aiming at the target, shooting him. Well done. Obviously avoiding the SIs as well is essential to making that happen. We do have a Gaki, Boomer, and a Spitter, but let's be real, Shinigami is going to need some serious leverage here if they want to make any progress in the remainder of this death toll match. They need a quad. They need something big. They need it now. Look at the Hunter. Hunter, oh, hitting the telephone pole, trying to loop around. Lewis is not even looking. Unfortunate for Supra. Trying to pick the Spitter instead of going for the Hunter seat, and it did come back to bite him. He sends out the XD in all chat. Let's try to keep it to MM2 if possible. But 78.9%. They've still got over 3/4 of the bonus left. And the tank is dead. There is no witch. So let's be real. There's really one hit left. Of course, there are plenty of hits left, but the last big hit for me is this indoors hit, especially since they've got quite the lineup for it. Obviously, they'd rather have a hunter than a smoker, but still, they've got a charger, jockey, smoker, and a spitter. For this indoors area, a lot can go down. The multi-spit potential, the spit spread potential, the stumble potential from the charge as well. Pala OP, welcome in. You're about to see what could be one of the most important hits for Shinigami to get back into this game. They need to find something big, and they've let in the indoors. In fact, we got the smoker all the way out there. Now the spawns come in. Charger only getting a stumble. Spitter comes out a little bit late to the party, and that's not going to be a whole lot of anything. Smoker continues to follow up. They do bring them below 75% bonus left, but let's be real, it's barely less than 1,000. So this should be a massive lock-in for Navi. And let's be real, Shinigami has needed to go for a quad. I think they need to recognize that. The quad is their out here. Their tank was a no-hitter. It was close. It almost got a car, but it ultimately didn't get anything. And they need to find value. They need to find not just value, they need to find a Hail Mary at this point. Watching Akari so good with the tank damage. Getting plenty of SI damage out as well. Clears up the charger, finishes off the jockey, and yeah, Navi is taking damage. Interesting. Oh, wait, we've got the new, this is the updated death toll, right? I do believe these are breakable now. And as a result, Navi is thinking about playing around the ambulance, perhaps. Ooh, this is a play that we have very infrequently seen, but especially with the updates to death toll, this makes a lot of sense. really makes it hard for the SIs to get in. We've got like a very long roof pounce option. We've got smoker off by the side option. But you can see they've already got eyes on the hunter. Now, what's the hunter gonna do? Yeah, it's just gonna get skeeted. Spitter is gonna try to save. Oh. But the survivors are gonna hunt it down. And not only will they not get a spitter, but they won't have a 4th SI for quite a while. So, Navi executing on death toll with absolute perfection. And it's honestly, you know, it's not looking great for dead air either, because you know, hopefully Kazad gets his power back, but if he doesn't, he's looking like he was a pretty essential part of the Shinigami lineup, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna see what comes out. Supra's got a set of pills. Pero's still got a set of pills. Charger comes out with the smoker. Charger gets cleared. Smoker will get cleared up as well. Double boom with the jockey, but jockey on a non-boom target. So, yeah, you know what I mean. They're gonna have 2 non-boom players able to clear the jockey quite easily. Survivors press forward, and let's see. Has it been open? Should be. There it is. Perfect timing for Navi. You can see with the death toll changes, you can actually break these gravestones now, which does make it quite a bit worse to play around here. But for 1 hit, this is totally fine. They're gonna slow it down, and actually, Shinigami's gonna play it slow, which shows that they're still putting thought into their actions here on the SI side. That is reassuring to see. But as far as the score goes, it is over. They're about to lock in a 3K here, unless Shinigami can do something magical with this charger, and it will find it with the spin as well. Oh, with the slowdown. Nicely played, but still going to be 700 bonus, still going to be 3,000 points, still going to be even 3,100 and some change as they lock it in, 31-28. As we watch back this no-hitter tank, quite an awkward tank for Diaz. Doing what he could. It's not an easy tank. We could see Navi's tank get a no-hitter as well, but you know, after what we just saw on the previous round, it definitely doesn't look super hopeful. Not the greatest printout here, I will say. Teams, I don't know if they were even tagged up, to be honest with you. They weren't even tagged up, so you can't really see too much. Some guy named AKA did a good job. Akari, AKA is Akari. El Pero is Pero. Asa is Asa. Supra is Supra. And see, Supra's still a little bit low on damage, but the thing is, he gets the job done. He lands those skeets when he needs to, but you can see everybody's putting in legwork here, especially Akari. Akari getting 50% of the tank damage, also getting the MVP for SI damage in the round by an SMG player. Hunter, Jockey, Charger, and a Spitter. They're going to immediately eat a double with the Charger smacks. Charger follow up. Will get the insta clear there, but you can see plenty of damage coming out.
Watch out!
Diaz, 74, Fur, 92. Not quite performing as well on Left 4 Dead 2 as he does on Counter-Strike. And for me, it's going to come down to how well do Shinigami's SMGs play this. We all know this is a very open map, you know. We saw it reflected in Akari's damage output. The SMGs are putting out big damage on this chapter, and they're gonna need to continue that. That being said, you know, the shotguns are working with pumps. That being said, as well, they find the chromes inside. Big damage range boost for them, which means that I don't know if Navi actually found the chromes there, but for Shinigami, their shotgun players are going to have increased range. Be able to do more damage to those SIs in an outdoors open area. Now, Asa is going to be trying to hit the car in. He fails at it. Has to bring it up. Has to go for a singular car over to the side. It's nothing too surprising there. It is kind of tough to get it in. But he's not even going to be able to bring that car in because he spent so long. He's getting LOS by Shinigami. Please tell me it's not an AI tank. Oh my god, they're trying to LOS him again. Zoe was showing too, but then still goes AI. Uh-oh. Quite a problematic tank here for Navi. Of course, they recognize that they've done it. This is going to be a no-hitter as well. SIs are dead. There's a hunter in ghost form just vibing out, chillaxing. Well done by Shinigami. I love that their head is still in this game because look at how many points are still available. Over 1,200 bonus still available for Shinigami. The question is, can they tighten up here on Chapter 3? Boom. Diaz. Beautiful skeet. Walking down. I mean, they will eat the boom, but they eventually clear it out. Smoker still alive. Actually, Boomer is still alive up top. The spitter is what got cleared. Boomer drops in on the head. Causing some chaos. And that is going to lead to a Charger Hunter Jockey Spitter. But my issue with this, folks, is this isn't necessarily where you want that hit. I mean, you pretty much want that hit anywhere. But it means that for this indoors area, they are going to have a boom smoke. Guaranteed. Unless they save it the whole way. I don't know. I find it unlikely that they do so. Shinigami backs it into a corner to prevent this player. And this is brilliant because no one is bleeding out. Shinigami continues to play slow, methodical when they need to. This is amazing. The thing is, though, Navi, of course, recognizes this is perfect for them. We're not hitting on their terms. We're saving. We're waiting. The Hunter uses this time to get the high ground. Survivors do know about it, but still. And we've got the rest of the hit. Looks like they're planning to send it. Charger, just an awkward spot. He's acting like he's going to go for Supra. And the whole SI team waited for Supra. You know, it wasn't great coordination out of Navi, and Shinigami's going to shut that down one by one with ease. You got to work on timing those hits and having the Charger Jockey following up with the Hunter if you're going to hit there. You also could have just waited for this house. I mean, this house is a really damn scary spot to have a Charger Hunter Jockey Spit, let's be real. Instead, they give it up. Now they're going to have a Smoker Hunter Charger and a Boomer. Still could be huge. Definitely still could be huge. Shinigami trying to do the tempo play, and they will execute on the tempo play. Really, really well played once more by Shinigami. I just said that they're playing slow, methodical, and then they rush through the house. They play tempo as well. They're doing it all, and they're doing it on a contextual basis. They're doing it on a case-specific basis. So it's really, really fluid by Shinigami right now on their Survivor side. But it's not done yet. Of course, we've got the button and we've got the run back. What are they going to do for a setup here? Jockey, look at the jockey cam. Charger. Hunter will land. Spitter gets picked. Charger did get a ton of smacks, yes, but look. Shinigami still with 1,090 bonus. I mean, keep in mind, they're down a lot, right? So they're still going to be down, 750 here if they get all this bonus in. But it is a start. Chapter 4 is notoriously crazy. We got the final event area, which is going to kill a lot of bonus if you're not careful. But it is possible to get plenty of points in. Oh, not going to get the skeet while getting smoke pulled. Diaz will let the rare hunt get through, but at the same time, there's no spitter follow-up. They lose 40 points of bonus, but their DB is completely protected. They got 4 sets of pills. They're chilling. This is a comeback from Shinigami. The question is, will it be enough? That's what we'll find out in Chapter 4. But again, we still got 1 or 2 more hits. Let's see how they play out for Navi. The trend has definitely been that these hits have not been getting any progress. They've been hitting a brick wall, but they're gonna try a different path this time. Playing around the tree line, I like this. Still get shut down. Fur with the 223 damage. Skeet assisted by Florimbons. Shut down the spit as well. And the spitter gets picked. So this last hit, Shinigami can rush it down. I'd love to see them do it. Gonna have a boomer and a smoker. It's terrible. They're good. Walk it in. Walk it in. Lock it up. 10-16 bonus. Look at that. They have brought it back within about 700 points. You know, so still got a ton of work left to do. I actually don't know if the finale can be played or not, but let's go ahead and watch back this tank. More specifically, let's watch as Shinigami AIs this tank with precision. This was a big misplay by Asa, but Shinigami takes advantage of it. Well done. Let's see, Razor. Not doing a whole lot. Pretty big carry by Diaz and 2K.
If we get to the river, we can find a boat.
Good thinking.
Two ready ups left. Gonna be Navi starting off, of course. Now, I said it was, yeah, it's about 700 difference here. All right, let's watch it play out. Not gonna have the charger. They never give us the cinematic death charge experience. They're gonna give us a hunt jock, boom spit, 2-2. Jockey going in, yeah, he's not even looking at it. Oh, brings him down. Awkward spot. Interesting spit. I thought spit would try to just block the entry for the survivors. Spit, a little bit awkward there. Double boom will come out to finish off the hit. Really left a little bit to be desired there as far as the spit goes. But let's be real, plenty of damage. We've got 2 members of Navi below the 5-hit breakpoint. My question going through my head is, will we see a boathouse finale? Is it legal? Will we see it? Focusing a lot on the smoker, and Asa let the charge go through and get a full smackdown. I don't like the decision making. I guess he just really highly valued killing that smoker, but I would have loved seeing him value his own team's health a little bit more. The smoker wasn't in a great spot. Where is he gonna go? He was just kind of stranded. I mean, it might be able to pull them down, right? Sure, but you can just walk over here. Choosing to walk away from the boom. And she gets proxied on. And she goes down to a dumpster. Hunter coming in. He's going to prevent the pickup. Oh, takes the jockey's spurt. I don't like that too much. Bill will get the jump over. And I go for the rock. Absolutely. Finish off Akari here. Absolutely. One more rock maybe could finish the job for Fur. Oh, didn't quite land it. Still got plenty of HP to make it work. Maybe a smack. Gonna go for the rock once more. There it is. Finish it off. Yeah, buddy. Hold on. 11k HP left. Charger. Sidestep. Don't love the charger there. We had a potential charge in here onto Francis. Or I'm sorry, onto Lewis. Would have much preferred that. Boom. Just honestly just vibing out, having a party. I love it for him. What? That's one of their all-star players, Akari. Dead. And honestly, a lot of it was because he lost the vision from getting proxy boomed. Because the player didn't kill the boom. And, you know, getting a little bit fancy can come back to bite you for sure. Navi gonna be doing what they can, but this is a golden opportunity for Shinigami to start, or not to start, but to finalize their comeback. Smoker, Charger, and a Jockey for Shinigami. Bit of lag. Not good. Not good. Oh, okay, it looks like he's stabilized. Charge on the head, double teaming with the Jockey. Hey, oh, the stumble is all it's gonna be. It was gonna be a triple cap in the end of the round, but the Charger does not manage to land. And honestly, Bill wasn't even looking at him. Kind of unfortunate for Shinigami to not just end the round there. But let's be real, how much more points can Navi really get? Obviously, they want to keep it to a minimum because they're in a pretty big deficit, but realistically, how many points were they going to get from here? You know, they get through the cubicles. Sure, let's say they shut down this hit, but they're gonna be good dealing with an infinite event. A very, very unforgiving, a very oppressive event, infinite event. MK weighing in. Map 5 is played. Okay, giving Shinigami even more chance to get back in.
Reloading.
Smoker, Hunter, Charger. They don't have their 4th SI yet. Hunter going to be trying to buy some time. It is a quad, and so Navi have set up inside the quad room. Brilliant. Brilliant awareness of the situation. Of course, they only have 3 survivors, so even if it was a triple cap, this would somewhat make sense, but the recognition that there is no spit, especially, is important here. There are 2 paths of entry, right? There's the window, there's also the door, but Shinigami's going to choose the hole. On the other hand, Navi's not bleeding out, so they're kind of just hanging out for the time being. Maybe trying to hope that Shinigami will get restless, but Shinigami has not been restless. There it is, 1, 2, not quite 3. And there's a Smoker follow-up. Oh my god, gonna be able to finish off the round with that. Supra going down and the rest of the team as well. No big surprise there. Will still be 472 points, so honestly, not that bad of a recovery at all for Navi, considering the situation. Let's go ahead and watch it back here. Player goes down. He's not even on camera, really. Look at the dumpster. That finishes off Akari, brings Akari down, and yeah, goes ahead and grinds her out from there. %10 damage from Akari still. El Perro putting in 40%. Let's go ahead and see the match play out. Shinigami. Boom. On to 3. And this will just give them a smoker. So it's nothing too crazy, you know, it is just a smoker because the Left 4 Dead 1 SIs come up before the Left 4 Dead 2 SIs in a situation like this. So the smoker will be the next SI, but that's still pretty annoying. They land the double with the 90p. Spinner misses, but Jockey's able to carry in. Ooh, this is not the start that Shinigami wanted for this comeback. That's for sure. We had Bill trying to clear from inside. That tactic did not work at all. Smoke will come out as well. Ooh, nasty little starter there for Navi, getting almost 20%. That is definitely the start that Navi was hoping for. We've got the chromes and we've got the max right now. Just gonna be going for ammo, I suppose. Maybe looking for some pills, but fortunately, all survivors are still fast. Yeah, I was wondering where that was, and the worst case situation, of course, that inside player. I mean, Shinigami is asleep at the wheel here in Chapter 4. I don't know what is going on with them. They get double boomed. They have worked so hard on Chapter 3 to piece together a ton of points. They got the kill on Chapter 4, and now it's really in danger. Tank rolls it in willy-nilly. Hunter, Jockey, and a smoker. Smoker pull. This player is completely separated. There's way too much distance between these two players. He's just gonna take the smacks. Now that's an interesting decision. That is for sure an interesting decision. I don't really like it from El Perro, and he's gonna get nothing now. And that was interesting, for sure. I mean, the survivors were on the other side of the map, you know? If I were him, I would have risked it. Charger! Exactly what El Perro needed. Oh my god. All Shinigami had to do was play safe there. And instead, they eat the charge into the dumpster. They eat a triple boom. And Navi has managed to somewhat get some recomp on this. Not looking at the yeah, 25 DP comes out. I was looking at Diaz, expecting Diaz to look up, but he doesn't. And a 25 DP takes 2K down. Smoker out to the side, being a huge nuisance here. He's gonna shoot him. He's just gonna shoot him and walk away. Okay, really interesting team dynamics happening. They have blown pretty much everything. They're permanently slow on 2 members bleeding out. They don't have any pills to pass over to them. And this is a disaster for Shinigami. I don't know if they even... I think that they still go finale because there's so many points available for the finale. Jockey lands, no charger follow-up. Hunter lands for a moment.
Reloading. Weapons here.
Charger, smoker, spitter, and one more, a boomer. Not the crate. I mean, we're looking at most likely a hit right here as the survivors transition from down below, jumping on top of the van, jumping up here, maybe on the railing as they try to get inside. This is definitely where the hit's going to come out. The boom does sack, and this makes sense because we've got players who are perma-slow. 2K is about to be on 1 HP. So he's going to be incredibly slow. Diaz trying to push forward, trying to bait out the hit, but Navi has no reason to go. They're still getting their jockey into play. The jockey is ready to go. This is a much better hit than it was. Good recognition by Navi to recognize with players perma-slow, they had the ability to do this. Charger landing with the charge smoke. Jockey on the head, gonna bring him indoors. Down goes Diaz. Down goes Plurium Bonds. 2K on 1 HP. The scratch? Oh, 2K manages to stay alive in this situation, but it's not pretty as 2K is black and white, and he has no pills. They've got no pills. Surely they've got some pills here to be found somewhere, maybe in the bathrooms. Somewhere there's got to be some pills available. Let's watch from 2K's perspective. He only has a pistol. Okay. He has 11 shots on his back. Yeah, that player is dead. And they certainly have no hope here except to get a very minor win on Chapter 4. They haven't even locked in a minor win yet. Still got some distance to cover.
Behind you!
They're rushing it down, but look at the way they're stacking up. Gotta be careful once these SIs come back up, which is now. They've managed to do a good job at staying away from the charger. You know, you want to avoid maybe some rockets up here. Navi's just going to smartly wait it out. Let's watch from the jockey's perspective. He's going to drop in here. We got a spitter as well. Smoker going to start off the engagement. Jockey immediately landing. Not quite going to be the tri-cap, but he should finish the round here. Fur is off on his own, essentially, as Shinigami, one player dead, snap on the neck, another player on the ground. Let's watch as Zoe does what she can. Looking like they're going to be trailing by about 650. Shinigami does call finale, which I think is smart. I didn't know if they were gonna do it, but I think it's smart. What is Zoe doing here? Zoe, let's push forward. Let's get a couple more points here. What is the play here? Just buying time? Oh. Awkward. Hey, Perkarina. Why me? Shinigami slight lead on that chapter. They're still obviously down quite a bit. I love this hit from Navi. Shinigami lets the boom. Well, the boom got a triple, and they try to push forward before the other SI gets up, and that doesn't work out. The spit doesn't even land, but the jockey is able to carry it all the way through. Ooh, disaster situation. Just start the round. Not the sort of round start that you ideally wanted. I do skeet that. Yeah, absolutely. I'm very much known for my skeets. I'm kind of a good player. We got Polarimbons and Razor doing what they could to carry 2K and Diaz across the finish line. Not really working out according to plan for Team Shinigami there. Still waiting for 2 ready ups before we head into the finale. Polarimbons and Razor basically doubling the damage of the teammates. We have a DC from Navi. Gonna have to make their way back into the server before we can kick it off. 29% tank, of course. We've got the early tank, we've got the late tank. So, that of course is going to give Shinigami the opportunity to get the early tank wipe. Now, how often do we see the early tank wipe on Boathouse Finale? Pretty much not at all. But it can happen. We've seen some crazy things happen in this house. Players getting stuck out here, a car landing right here and blocking them outside. You know, we've seen some players getting trapped. We've seen plenty of things happen. But the thing is, this area right here is so clean to play on for the survivors. And actually, it looks like Shinigami is going to let them out. Not going to go for a super aggressive first hit. Let's watch from Supra's perspective. Typically the lead shotgun for Navi. The whole stack inside going for Billiam. Smoke Boom die last. Not a whole lot of damage to be found. Arrow eating a good amount.
Let's check this out.
We had a spectate come out. Supra and Pero are sending the question. Alright, they're gonna just go. You love to see just general shadiness coming out. Just some general shadiness happening. Polarimbons. Is Polarimbons the hittable king? That's where he needs to be in order to make this tank get some ink apps, maybe get a kill. Otherwise, Shinigami, I mean, Navi should have plenty of points to get across the finish line. Now, if Navi do win this, we will be going to dead air for the final match. This is bracket reset. Keep that in mind. This is interesting from Navi. They're going to take a really interesting approach to this. No hittables allowed. Pero trying to pop the pills, but he doesn't get them off. Immediately turns, leaves the guy in the corner. Now he's going to, okay, he pops the pills, but he gets charged. Getting a hit onto, the Hunter gets a pin as well. This is absolute kick for Rimbons. Not the best for Rimbons there. The guy jumps over his rock and, ooh, sad trumpet noise a little bit there. 50% of the bonus remains for Navi. Most importantly, all 4 of their members survived. So that really didn't go according to plan. You know what? Maybe it was an accident that they put Plurimbons on the tank. Maybe it was genuinely an accident. That he did not seem to be their secret weapon in that moment. I can say that much. Boomer will get popped. I'm pretty sure they killed off Smoker last as well. I'm assuming they're going for, you know, the classic jockey charger hunter spitter. There it is. Indoors as well, as Navi is choosing to just be inside during this. I mean, this is kind of a scary hit to be inside for, but, you know, they already got through by now. I mean, the rockets are definitely still available, but Navi seems to be comfortable with where they're situated, and Shinigami doesn't seem like they want to hit here either. Hunter spawning in. They are eventually going to go! Trying to bring up Bill! Stacking onto Bill, and it gets absolutely annihilated. Bill eats nothing, and the SIs are saying, okay, XD, ja. They can't believe that it's happened. He says demo. They literally cannot believe that it's happened. Apparently that was just unbelievable for Shinigami that the survivors were able to shoot the SIs there. I do think it's interesting that there's no rotations coming out. Smoker, yeah, leaving Bill a little bit, but no follow-up. And Shinigami, despite their issues, they were playing as such a compact unit. They were playing so on the same page with each other. But now it feels like that is kind of falling apart, as they had a pretty rough Chapter 4 on the Survivor side. Not able to follow it up with an incredible SI side on the finale. Still got time. Survivors have only locked in 200 points, right? So there's still plenty of distance to be found. This is obviously the classic setup here that Navi is in. It was just a bit of a delayed rotation. Super getting a little bit too close. Gotta be careful about getting smoked. Oh, dodging this. Oh, and getting the skeet as well. Supper gets a 2-for-1 deal. Dodging the tree. Dodging the smoke tongue with the tree. Getting the skeet at the same time. Navi sets back up. 3 sets of pills left. They're going to choose to move forward at this point. Their Chrome does... I don't know how Pero only has 13 shots with his Chrome right now. He's actually not going to go for more ammo. He said, nah, actually I'm good with 20 shots. That's all I need, 21. He said, I'm a savage. You know, that's really how it goes. Charger. It's going to charge away. Spitter is... Okay, wrong direction here, folks. Things are not getting better for Shinigami here. I don't know what that hit was. It was definitely something. It must be, this must be the quad sack. I mean, it was, I believe, unintentionally a quad sack regardless, as the spitter got picked.
Reloading.
There it is. Quad ready to go. But this is okay, they're gonna send it inside. They don't care. Ooh, it was actually pretty close on the two. But the Smoker and the Hunter are taking their time. They're still gonna get some damage in. It'll still be good damage, don't get me wrong. But they got a lot of work left to do. This tank is going to need to make it happen.
Watch out!
Pero did manage to get his ammo, and they walk it back just in time for 2K to bring in the tank. What's the move for the tank? We've got a huge rock over here. Usually the tank tries to bring in the big rock, and we actually see Navi just walking away from that big rock. He can bring in a log over here.
This just ain't my day.
Weapons over here. I'm not gonna make it, man.
Hey, MV in response. On top of a rock.
Something ain't working right.
There's the log. Tanks have really been taking their time to bring in the hittables, which, you know, 2K's already at second pass. I don't think that there's a lot that Navi can really line of sight him with, but he's down to 60% second pass. So he's hitting the log pretty frantically, now down to 40%. It's not really getting through. Eventually will be able to find his way. Got the big rock over there. I don't know, they're really walking towards the big rock. This log is horrible, right? Like there's all this tree line. Once you get, they're walking into the hittable area. 2K doesn't know what's going on right now. He is, okay, he lands the rock. Oh, not the rock into the rock. And this is the Cain and Abel story that everyone was looking for. Akari is going to go down. Goodbye.
Real fast.
Yeah, work that log. Work that log. Who knows? You know, Shinigami, I mean, Navi walked into it last time, so maybe they'll walk into it again.
Really hurt, Pete.
Hero, 35%. Asa, 31%. And that's a dead Akari. That being said, again, 600 distance. 200 bonus. Wow, it's already pulling. I thought there was a little bit more time. I really thought there was going to be a little bit more time. You can see 150 points are tied up in the end here. They've still got plenty of more distance that they're getting in. Last chance at Sam. By Shinigami. Smoke pull is good. Pulls her off. And that'll be that. Okay, Asa, just gonna walk through it. Asa! That's my Cedapug teammates right there. Yeah, shoot the comments. Could you shoot the comments? Okay, 736 distance for them as well as some bonus. So this is going to need probably about 700 bonus. Let's see how many. Okay, 144, but they only got 736 distance. So they need about 800 bonus with full distance is what they're gonna need here as we watch this back. This is you know, an interesting tank fight for sure. I feel like Navi must have felt a little bit bad and just gifted them this. Otherwise, I don't really know what's going on here. They kind of had a perfectly fine setup. Ready ups are already done. Charger, Smoker, Hunter, Boomer. The outside hit, making landing too. The charge smacks, I love it. Yeah, why not? Okay, you know, okay. You could have just taken a little bit more damage there. I feel like you're the Charger, but hey, still going to be 5% on the hit. 78 HP on Razor X, 94 on 2K. Softening up the survivors a little bit. As for Shinigami, I don't expect them to play indoors at all. They need to force the tank to bring the hittables in. They need to play super aggressive. And they need to just hope that one of them doesn't get hit by the car. Because they can't afford to give a bunch of damage over on this first tank. They can't afford to have players popping pills early on. They got to get bonus, bonus, bonus. Let's look at the setup from Navi. I'm assuming we already got, yeah, we already got players set up over here. Let's see this Hunter. 2 cars. He's just gonna roll it in with this one. Oh, Diaz gonna lock it down. And this car is in a terrible spot for Asa. He's just gonna cash in 2 smacks onto Francis and run indoors. Rock. Nice curve rock, but not gonna do a whole lot. Smoker tongue will be cleared.
Nice shot.
Chlorine bonds. Down to 40 HP. Doesn't have to pop pills yet though. Asa's down! Oh my god! Almost lands a rock. Okay, he's felt cover on that one, but then he's a charge. Oh, nice clear on that one. 84.8%, and they've got quite a bit of bonus to work with still after this tank. 1,500 bonus. They need about 800. It's not likely. It's doable. You know, lose about 700 bonus and still walk across and get in. It's doable. They've got to fight another tank. They've got to watch out for the friendly fire. They especially got to watch out for the friendly fire on Chlorimbons, because if he gets hit by one stray bullet, he's going to be slow. When it gets picked, let's look at our little spitter. What you up to? Do it. Do it. Yeah, you are so getting picked if you do that. Oh yeah, now that is a classic right there. I love that. Yes. If the trees were SIs, that would have been a 6 spitter. He's almost gonna walk in and get picked. He's saying demo. Like, what do you mean demo?
Reloading.
What do you mean by that? Hey, they're having a good time. They're playing the game. They're enjoying themselves. It is what it is. For a little bit of context, Shinigami has been very aggressively requesting demos from Navi for basically the entire match. Not this match that I've been casting, but the pre-bracket reset. They said demo about 20 times for Navi. I think Navi's returning the favor a little bit. Let's see, Jockey, Charger, Smoker, and a Spitter as they try to bait it out over and over again. Going to be progressing through by using the radio, and now they are out of there. I don't even think they really went and picked anything up. We see Chlorimbons with 380 ammo. He's still got plenty of ammo to work with, and he's basically their lowest ammo. So this is fine for Shinigami. They're going to be able to set up here for quite a while. Watching from Diaz, as we do have Charger, Smoker, Jockey, and a Spitter. Smoker full on the lead shotgun into the charge, into some kind of very interesting movement there. I don't know. I guess a Jockey stumble is what did that, and then pulled by the Smoker for a bit. Diaz getting bailed out in a pretty extravagant way there. Chlorimbon still takes plenty of damage, that being said. Hunter, Charger, Boomer, and a Spitter. 2-2. We will go once again to Diaz. Diaz has been doing an incredible job at speeding the Hunters. Hunter is out. Boom! There it is, 236. Getting a little bit of help from the sprints, but not too much. Boom can't find a spawn. Boom eventually going to bring it in a little bit late to the party, and they will go ahead and pick that up. Again, I said they need about 800 bonus. I didn't do the exact math, but still got about 400 bonus to spare. Obviously, the tank is a threat that looms over their head. We'll be fighting that soon. Look at the pills. Bonds can go ahead and pop a set and get another one, but he chooses not to. I guess they want to preserve as much of the potential bonus as they can because pills are also a form of bonus.
Jesus ain't Christ, they're on your side.
Losing some again, but it's not enough so far. I feel like Boathouse used to be somewhat scarier when teams were setting up over in this area, sort of. Over here, it feels really safe. It really feels quite safe. We've got a Charger Jockey 2-2. This is... Oh, I'm lagging. Oh, Jockey. Was that me? Who was that? Was that me? Drop frame 0 was not... Hey. That was not me.
What the hell? I'm reloading.
1,091 bonus remains. Shinigami. A bit of a shaky SI side, to be completely honest, but they are making it work on the Survivor side. Hank, like I said, Hank, coming in soon. They're going to go grab ammo and pills. They're going to open themselves up to a hit. They get too ahead of themselves. They walk into a double cap. They have lost quite a bit of bonus from that. And it wasn't even a spit hit. It wasn't even that dangerous of a hit. They just decided, okay, the hit's up. We're going to split 2-2 for no reason.
Watch out!
Was that blunder enough? Yeah, I mean, they're just chilling. Okay, they won't get the clear there. No! Yeah, Lewis has a slow get up from the double charge into a double cap. Smoker Hunter right into the tank. Oh my, they're now below 800, and now it looks quite a lot less feasible. For Shinigami, they're going to pop more pills, go more down in bonus. I think that's the end for them, but again, we'll see. Going super aggressive on the tank. Let's see what Akari's got in score. Going to be moving through the brush line, doing what he can. Okay, got a player caught off on her lonesome here. That's not a hittable log. Unfortunately, Akari tries it just to be sure. He's like, I know it doesn't look like one, but you never know. Diaz is going to die. He's literally going, okay, not quite gonna die. That was a little bit too close. Just gonna cash in a rock. Nice. 3k HP left, and this is over. This is certainly over at this point. Nice little rock. We got the unintentional Linkin Park quote in the chat. Maybe. Is it a Linkin Park quote? I don't know. Do I look like I listen to Linkin Park? This is over. Alright, GG, next map. They are really trying to finish this up. They said, we do not want to play the rest of this. Go next. We are finishing it up, but we will be headed to Dead Air in due time. Alright, y'all, we are about to be headed back into this. And for our final map of the Grand Finals of Division 2, with the bracket reset included, the final of all finals, I am joined by the one and only MK. I think this is your first time on the NOS stream, but certainly not our first time co-casting. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, my friend. It is a pleasure to be here. I can't believe that battle out on Death Toll, just like they did on the map before on GunNoodle stream, but here we go. It is about to be the last campaign, so there is no more after this. The question is, though, is it going to go all 5? And that'll be that would be all 15 campaigns would have took to find a winner out of these people battling it out right here.
We will certainly see. I mean, you have to think that Navi, coming off that last map, is definitely going to be feeling themselves. But we're going to kick off, and there's going to be a hit straight away.
And also, there's a tank right away. Look at that. In the hands of Supra. I don't know how many tanks they've actually had and all, but if I'm doing the math in my head at the current moment, I do believe this will tally up to number 11 or 12. So I'll just go with 11 right now. In the hands of
Go
Supra.
R. We got the same situation here. It will fortunately be resolved pretty quick. We are going to have Supra as the tank. He's going to be joined by a Smoker, a Hunter, and 10 seconds left on Pero. And you can already see MK. Shinigami is really not going to let him push too much further forward. Not a great spot to be tossing his rocks. And I kind of doubt this will be too long.
Yeah, I mean, they do have retro support right now. Interested if they want this boomer, if they want to transition the tank. Nope, they're just going to stack the boom. Gets one. That survivor's not moving, by the way. Okay, now he is. So the tank makes it the chance to move over. And he only pays, what, about 450 to get over? Not a bad transition. He's going to go. All right, this is going to be the commit of Supra. He's up top. Spawn timer still a couple seconds from having a full hit up. Drops down right into Zoe's face. Gets one punch. Second punch, 4,100. Third punch, 3,800. Not shooting him, no. It's going to be an in cap. He goes down 2,000 HP. Pull into another punch. Beautifully done here by Navi. Misses a punch there. Nice juke out. Another punch down to 600. Support is coming in. Gets another punch. Hunter trying to find a target. Smoker does land. Johnny's a double cap. Oh, the tank. Can he get the corner? No, he cannot. They're going to get the clears. That was so close to the possibility of being a wipe. But the tank's going to back out, try to hold on for a little more time to get support up. Drops in, gets one more attack at 56 HP. Down again, and he is dead. Now, what a tank coming out here by Navi. We'll do a damage evaluation really quick before we send it back over. And it is half the bonus gone. After pills pop, 47%. What a tank they're coming out by Navi here. Nah, what a tank.
I mean, it was literally that. If that rock had landed from Supra during the double cap, that round was pretty much over. The player was already slow. Boom looking to come out pretty quick. They do have a charger as well, so we can't linger on that tank fight too much, but safe to say, as a whole, Navi got way more than they bargained for. The early corner, the smoke pull into more smacks. They did get that bait out for one smack, but that was about it. One boom, and Shinigami gonna play it. So this is what they've been doing. They have really not wanted to go quick into too many scenarios. They know when to make the tempo play, and otherwise they play it collected. Ooh. DP almost landing. The charge will not. On spit is good.
Yeah, I don't. Even if that charger does land, he would have bricked on the side of that. So regardless, it would have been a charge spit or a pound spit. And that was very, very favorable pound spit. They try to get a pull back, but one of the survivors aren't going to let that happen. Now they're down to Smoker. Charger goes for despawn. Still a couple seconds out, but I do think they'll get one more full hit if they wait. But the question is, will they not?
Will they wait? 10 seconds left for Pero, and like I said, they've been really good at acknowledging when they can push forward, but Diaz is slow. Diaz hasn't been past pills, so they're gonna have plenty of time to set up. They're very scared of this alarm car, it seems, but actually Envy isn't playing around the alarm car. They're playing to jump in from on top. Jockey into the charge, Hunter off by the side, pretty quick clears. Hunter will land for a moment, boom comes out, but let's be real, we're near the end of the chapter. Nice stumble with the Jockey, gonna get a couple additional points in. 232 on the bonus, 300 for the distance, and yeah, it's it's a decent kind of outcome both ways. Like, Shinigami managed to recover from that rough early tank fight, but again, it's really low points here for chapter 1. Anything's still possible.
Yeah, I think Shinigami should be very thankful for the fact that that tank wasn't able to get the last corner with that double cap up, because it would have been no bonus.
Right.
But instead, they're actually going to walk in with a couple of hundred, so it puts them in quite a good scenario, in my opinion, from their point of view. Because Navi, in my opinion, should have been able to get that wipe. The tank, I think, just needed to throw a rock there to guarantee it, and he just wasn't able to get around the table. And unfortunately, that survivor got free, cleared both survivors, and they were still green, too. Even the jockey outside was still at half health on the survivor it had jocked, so it really worked out in their benefit. And let's see, now that would have been, instead, they would have probably had about, what, like 36 points? Instead, they walk in with 532. That's about a 500-point swing right there in favor for Shinigami, and I think that might come into play a little bit later now. It's really a big factor in my opinion of what just happened there.
You're right. That is definitely the audible, is that Shinigami was on a knife's edge of being shut down with about 30 points, like you said. And instead, they were able to chain together an additional 500 off the back of it. So, hey, Shinigami can't be too upset about it. We're going to head into Navi's survivor side, see what they can put out. A total potential score of 960 points available to them. We'll see how much of that they can get. Boom, not going to be able to find anything. You can see survivors actually stay inside, which prevents the spawns, but they eventually drop down and jump out. So they do open those spawns back up. And the tank is going to be waiting in the hands of Diaz. Right now, he's in dangerous territory. He tries to bait it out onto Lewis. Oh my god, Lewis scaring me a little bit, but nothing comes of it. Diaz drops back down, goes sewer mode.
That was close, Nah. Yeah, I think if that smoker was actually in position, they might have actually been able to get an in cap, possibly a death, but he falls back down here. I like this ladder that they added on the other side here, but you got to climb the one ladder just to be able to get to it.
Right.
You gain a little bit of chip, but should be ready to go in shortly here, Nah.
Okay, Diaz going to be the first tank for Shinigami here on Dead Air. We got a Hunter jockeying a Smoker. The Hunter is way off in no man's land, and he's only got 174 HP. So not ideal circumstances. It's a really cool smoke pool, but unfortunately the jockey misses the follow-up, and that player is not going to get stranded on his lonesome. He's going to be completely fine. Absolute bloodbath here for the tank. Obviously, all guns are focused on him, though, and he misses a smack, hunting down Lewis. Uh-oh, Lewis has got to be careful not to go outside. Okay, tank will go down with a single cap. Obviously, Navi faring a lot better than Shinigami did, but like we noticed in Shinigami's go-around, there's still much peril ahead. Navi wasn't able to capitalize on it on their SI side, but Shinigami might be able to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have, what, 26% more bonus than the other side did at this current moment, so they could get a pretty good lead, couple hundred if they can hold on to it. There is a charger loose, so they got to be cautious. Smoker as well to alley-oop it, but the smoker is damaged. I don't think the survivors know that. And
nice jumps.
To a company. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No! They're gonna take Assad down, and she is dead. Beautiful jumps by Navi to start it off, but unfortunately not hitting it where it counts, and Assad's dead. That being said, MK, look at the scoreline. They can still like walk across without too much loss, but it is going to be a loss all the same.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but that charger had 11 HP.
Ooh.
When it fell over the side. It was that close to being cleared. Can they tri-cap him here at the end? They got a tri-cap. Here it comes out.
Ooh.
Oh, the Hunter finds a home. The charger will miss, so he will get some bonus. But the damage is going to come out. Charger abusing Bill for a little bit, or Lewis, I mean. And they're going to walk in with a couple hundred. No, how close is it going to be? It is a 98-point game after 1.
Okay.
I'm sorry, after 11.
After 11, yeah. We're going to continue on. Close match. And one thing that I noticed, it's really interesting that you bring up 11 points or 11 points of health on the charger, because these chargers have been getting absolutely melted at the start of Death Toll. It was both sides literally liquidating every single charger that came out. So the fact that that one got through at such a clutch time, it is really unfortunate for the side of Navi. They're now going to be going over to the special infected side, as they were on chapter 1 to start off chapter 2. And one very important thing that we have to note here, MK, is that it's an 80% tank. We're not going to have that early cheese tank.
Ooh, yeah, I just noticed that now. I didn't really pay attention to that, but that's going to be in the cubicles. And that is interesting. I can tell you that one inside there. I don't know what the survivors are going to do. They have to go back across the plank. That's going to be a dangerous move, so they might just choose to stay inside. We'll see. Also, how much damage the survivors take will probably change the decision making at the time of the tank spawns, if they're going to go forward or back. But the Boomer's going to go in for a sack. It looks like we're going to try to wait for the fire escape hits. Pretty standard for Dead Air 1 here, now.
It really is. With the Boomer dying, we're actually not going to have a Charger. We're going to have a Smoker. And also, Shinigami is going to try to beat the clock here. They're going to try to get up and make it just a Hunter Jockey Spitter. But honestly, yeah, this is smart by Navi to just pull the trigger on this. All they get is a Hunt Spit, though. And let's be real, it can be so much worse than that at this Firescape area. So I think that, you know, Shinigami is going to be decently pleased with the way it turned out. It's more than 5%. The Smoker will eventually come out. And where's the awareness from the rest of Shinigami? That being said, it's an easy cleanup, and Lewis is going to maybe be able to get up. I mean, okay, Charger's not going to do anything too crazy, and Shinigami will be allowed some room to breathe here finally.
Yeah, Boomer gets shut down. The Smoker kind of misplayed that. If it was back at the safe room, would have pulled him down, took about another 4 damage and fall, and also land on the fire barrel. It would take a couple of burn ticks, but just tried to salvage what he could, what he thought was best. Gets just a little bit of damage. I think it was 10 fall damage you get from there. It was still something, but attack on the stairs are waiting, but I don't think they're going to go here and all. They're going to stay up top, and the Infected are going to have to reposition and probably go right here.
You gotta be careful about the death charge opportunity that still is available. The charge comes out with the jockey lineup, and the charge doesn't go. The charge eventually got, I don't know what happened there. It was a very clear jockey into the charge alley-oop, but he doesn't take it, and instead, it will be, you know, Shinigami with their lives. 89.1% crazy spitter action going on, but they will be allowed to set up down below.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they choose to come down here. I mean, everything's pretty cleaned up, but guess they just want to play cautious. There's no spitter. Maybe that's the reason why they stay inside. There's no threat. Kind of okay, in my opinion. Hunter gets shut down. Jockey gets shut down. Boomer gets a proxy. Smoker is dead. Good sack order, and they should push out through and get over this dumpster without any more threat. And the commons are almost clean already now. It's pretty impressive by Shinigami.
Great recovery from what was looking like a pretty sticky situation on the first hit after the button press. They get out. They're going to be getting across very cleanly. And this is not the scariest spot for the survivors, at least not right now. Once they get indoors, it does get a lot scarier. But this was kind of an issue for for Navi on Chapter 3 of Death Toll. They had a big hit, but they didn't have it at the best spot, and they pulled the trigger on it, and they ended up with 2 mediocre hits. It seems like Navi has tried to correct that situation here, and they wait for a high-profile hit, but they're still walking around, and they're letting Shinigami push through this area. Eventually, the spawns come in. It's that awkward time. The charge will land. Spitter as well. Jockey hopping around. Going to follow up onto Francis. The Hunter landing too, and that will catch Zoe. What a hit.
Yeah, that was the first big one from Navi there. They were all swimming in it. I mean, 2 of them were swimming in it. And the one survivor in the back just ran around the corner and left his friend jockeyed. So really good follow-up. Totals over, what is this, 10%. It actually totals out to what, about 11. And they're about to spawn this tank up. I don't know if they're going to get another hit opportunity. They might want to go quick or just prevent them from running back. No, what to do here if you're a survivor? Do you stay or do you go?
I think I mean, they might as well, they kind of have whatever option they want, but it's pretty scary to try to run back because you do have, you know, the walk across that you can like fall down at. You have multiple areas that you can walk into a big hit at. And also, I mean, it's the cubicles, right? So it's really annoying for the tank to be jumping, to be walking across these cubicle areas. We do have some areas where we've seen him, you know, trick out the survivor players and leave the survivors scrambling, but if Shinigami has a good setup here, which it looks like they do, it's going to be a lot of tank damage before the tank can even get in. And he is going to bring it in. Aksa going to be the tank here, loses first pass, but it's not going to matter too much because he's sending it all in kamikaze style. But look at them jumping up using the cubicle area. Zoe has been hit. Diaz is going to go down. Whoa, walking a little bit too close to the tank there, but he will be able to M2 away the jockey. Still just returning focus, and they're going to choose to pick a player up instead of finish off the tank who was less than 1,000 HP. I hate the play from Plurembons there. I really hate it, and instead they will have another player go down. The silver lining here is that this is an 80-90% tank, you know, so, but still, double boom, triple boom, and the tank's not dead yet. 180 HP, the smack from the charger, they have lost a lot of bonus from this. It ended up, it started very clean, but it ended up very sloppy And they definitely paid the price there.
Yeah, they definitely did. That was 78, I believe 76% bonus,
Woo.
down to 30.9. Good tank coming out. He got a rock from that closet too onto Lewis, who was trying to get a pickup.
Ooh.
So he does get one value, almost got another one, but unfortunately that is going to be all he gets. 340 remains. Smokers pre-spawn down below. Jockey looking for a spawn. It's going to be a tri-cap with the spit, but no charger. And if they shut this down, this will be the last hit. They need to make it count if Navi wants more opportunity for damage output. Hunter is in the room down below, and it's going to be a beta game. Oh, I didn't even see the survivor rush down. Hunter will land. Spit follows up. They will get the pound spit damage, but still just pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He popped the pills and 246. Okay, actually it did pretty good damage because they ate him.
It's interesting that they popped them because there are two players who are slow already, but Razor's going to make sure he gets in, gets some spawn blocks. It was a spit, but it was on a player who had HB, so it was very, very insulated bonus that was lost. Not a whole lot lost. They will get into the safe room, maybe with 700 if they can manage to lock it up. Yes, they will. And again, it feels like it was an amazing round for Shinigami, but they let a lot through. That being said, obviously there is massive potential for them to just lock Navi down. This chapter can go sideways really quick, but it hasn't happened yet.
And this tank, I believe, oh man, this tank can go chaotic so fast. I almost feel that in this scenario and all, if you're gonna fight it inside, landing a multi-boom inside the cubicles and just having the common flood in there just makes everything so much easier. And you might not even be boomed on, but just in the path of where the common are coming, and that's enough to put you up as an easy target for one of the special infected or just the tank. The tank doesn't need to really go for the boom guy if one of the green survivors get caught up in the commons, because boom guys aren't going to shoot him in close quarters with the commons running about, in my opinion. So.
Right. Yeah, I think that the boom is actually a really useful tool in a lot of different ways. It especially during the tank fights, it can catch these players off guard. Especially Division 2 teams can get caught off big time by a boom in the tank fight. We are going to see the boom get popped there onto Razor. No big deal. No booms come out. But we do still have that Hunter, Jockey, and the Spitter. They're letting them up, the fire escape, though, currently, and not challenging it yet. The Smoker has been given enough time to spawn in. Look at how separated Navi is right now. They got two inside. They are waiting the two to go outside. The spit misses. Kind of awkward there. Spitting the top of the building. Jockey is going to run in. Hunter will find. It's really, really awkward hit from Shinigami. I don't know what the hell that was, and it worked out perfectly for Navi.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Spitter couldn't do no alley-oop. Just rather played safe to stay alive, and it just didn't work out. Just 2.5 damage coming out from the infected. It's not nothing, but just a little bit on two survivors. Still 2 at 100. And it looks like it'll be a risky play to move downstairs, so they're going to have to stay here next to the death charge possibility. But there is barriers on the windows, so those have to be broken first. So I think they're going to be safe here. Charger, Smoker, Boomer, Spitter, they could get some stumbles. They pre-spit. Interesting. Now the Spitter's dead and nobody's going, and I am puzzled. What is Shinigami doing here now?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. We still got a Boomer. I would love to see them just like kill off the boom smoke. Okay. They are eventually going to kill those off. Charger goes in next, so they do secure a charge hunt jock spit. It was a really awkward hit again, but at least they get the hunt charge jock spit. But they really need this to hit. Shinigami really needs it to hit. Navi is past some of the most important parts of this chapter outside of the tank, and Navi still has almost 95% of the bonus. That is absurd.
Yeah, that is quite fat and juicy, and they're going to go for a hit now. If they go now, oh, a Charger, wow, melted at the door. No, did we even get a tick? It was shut down. I
think there was maybe friendly fire happening along the way. They did get knocked from like 94.3 to 94.0, but let's be real, not a big difference there. And it was amazing to see finally another Charger getting melted, and also the hunt landing. I mean, the skeet landing from El Perro onto the Hunter. really well shut down by Navi. But again, that was kind of a softball hit. You know, everything was going from the doorway. The bathroom was blocked. Let's see what they can do with this upcoming hit. But again, the issue is they've now got a smoker boomer, and I feel like they need to just send it and try to get another one, like a stronger hit, maybe a charge hunt jock spit before the tank is fought. But right now, it looks like Shinigami is going to play a different card here. They're going to basically wait for Navi to get inside as well. They may even wait for the gangplank area. It looks like they are going to play that, actually.
Interesting. Gonna go for a big play. I don't know the last time I've seen one of this land in a tournament match, but maybe they could break it into grand finals, played on dead air of all campaigns, which is awesome to see. No, oh, wait a minute. Smoker's coming in the back. Are they gonna go now? There's a split between them, but it doesn't look like everybody's on the same page because the Hunter has done nothing and neither has the Charger.
Awkward from Shinigami, to say the least. I don't really know what's going on right now. The silver lining, as I love to say, was that they had a charge. Okay, that was pretty crazy, but it gets cleared. I was gonna say they could wait for a charge on Jock Spit since the Boom Smoker died, but the Charger had different plans, and that was really crazy, but it did get cleared.
Oh, look at this. Jockey, right? This is actually a lot of damage. That almost tripled their damage. For how much that did, no, not quite tripled, but Boomer's gonna go in and get a 1 boom. This is gonna cause a lot of combos.
Yeah.
Come in, spit pull combo. Spit spread undesirable, and it is tank time.
Yeah.
They are way more healthier now. By
They
about
are.
almost 10%.
Yeah, but you know, we're gonna have to see the tank fight itself. Both teams were walking into this tank fight with a ton of HP. We saw Shinigami eat a double incap here, and even more than that. It was honestly getting pretty scary towards the end. But, you know, we'll have to see if Navi can play it a little bit better, or if they're going to fall prey to this just like Shinigami did.
All right, he's got what he wants. He's in. Super's going to have to pop pills early. It's going to be danger if he doesn't. Super does eventually pop the pills. Tank navigating pretty effectively. Charger is now spawned in the back. Tank down about half health. One survivor gets stuck. He punches him out. Oh, one survivor being corralled. The tank. Oh, he gets another punch down to 1200. Here comes the support. Hunter lands. Charger lands. But everything is cleared at the same time. Oh, he got a double. There's one more punch. He's getting a lot of punches now. There's another one. And one more on the bill. There's an end cap. And it looks like it's almost going to be even, but slightly in favor for Navi. Let's see how much more above that 30% range they'll be. And it is 9% plus. They could win the round, but not by a lot and all. We'll have to see what happens with one more hit left to go.
Yeah, basically the Hunter bought a ton of time for the tank. I was watching in first-person cam with Supra, who is their lead shotgun, and he basically did an NA play where he just locked into the Hunter. He couldn't ski him. He shot 3 shots at him. He stood still, and the tank just walked up and smacked him. So, you know, that a lot of the times the non-committal can be just as good or even better than actually committing to your target, because if you can just be annoying and make the survivors look at you, that could be a huge tool. That being said, Boom has now been popped. Alarm car is available, but it looks like Shinigami is going to be waiting to get a hit as they walk into the self-storage. Currently, Navi is up 203 bonus compared to Shinigami. We'll see if that changes here with this final hit.
Safe house in that storage place.
Smoker, Charger, Bitter, Hunter. Will it be a lead by 104, or are they going to be close to even? Charger comes in, charge. They get the pound spit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be an end cap, though, but it's going to be more DB gone.
Woo.
Oh,
Woo.
he can't get
What
out
are
of
we
it.
doing?
Oh,
Oh.
he goes down.
Oh.
He's stuck in it. It's going to be almost even game. No,
Okay.
it's not. It's going to be in favor for Shinigami.
Yeah, they lose, what, 130
Wow.
there? A little bit awkward. It's going to be just barely in favor of Shinigami. For me personally, I'm always happy to go SI side first, so if I'm Navi, I'm like, at least, you know, we're not starting first. But obviously, they wanted to walk in with that 403 points intact, and they certainly didn't do that. It was really awkward because the spit spread was insane, but then there was also the death spit. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna go through the window and be on the other side, and the spit won't spread there. But then the death spit was right there on the windowsill, and he was like, oh god, where do I go now? And he had no option but to accept his fate. What a perfect spitter.
And And now we go on to chapter 3, halfway through the finale, and then we're gonna have or halfway through the final campaign of this grand finals match. And the map and the tank, I mean, is also gonna be halfway through at 49%. I do believe they're gonna be able to get out of the alley, so no threat there. The question is, how are people going to take the alley choke point, knowing that there's a tank right on the other side? So we might see a rush, maybe push right, fight out by the cop car, or people just gonna stay in the back and clear everything out and take the alley choke point with no commons. No possibility of any commons getting away from the special infected hit. So it's really going to come on to what the decision of the SI is going to be as well, because if you throw the attack, they could also rush. So a lot of situations can happen.
As we wait for the final ready up, we see Supra getting 36% of the SI damage, El Perro only getting 16%. Pretty big swap from what we saw in Death Toll. So Supra, the lead shotgun, coming online big time, and this could be a problem for Shinigami because it's a lot of close quarters here on Dead Air. So if your lead shotgun is hitting all the skeets, that's a problem for the SI team. Obviously, shutting down a quarter of the hit before it really even comes in. Diaz going to be leading the way with that pump. Got 2 pumps and 2 max. Razor going to be the other pump. They're waiting for it. I love the drop down for the Charger. Whoa, really awkward charge itself. They will eventually shut down the jockey over at one end. Smoker pulling Diaz. Diaz getting a little bit too comfortable and forgetting, losing a bit of object permanence there. 94.1% as the Charger does get away. I don't really know what the Charger Smoker have planned at this point. Okay, they're going to do their great escape. They're going to run it all the way back. Oh, wow. Okay, grabbing a couple takes. Sopra. Nice value. And in the meantime, the charge will be able to go into... Actually, he won't be able to go back into Ghost. Hunter now just sends it in. It's a little bit awkward for Navi, but they're still finding some damage.
Look out!
Oh, the Charger does find a despawn, but he's still pretty chipped here. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
So look at this. Oh, he tries to... The Hunter got blasted. And now they just lost their 2 good SI.
Yeah.
It'll be a poo too if they don't kill something. All right, Tri-Cap with Spit coming in, but I don't think they're going to have a Charger, though. No, that's going to be the consequence. And what do you do now? You're the survivors, you know there's no charge Spit. Were they paying attention? Do you push this immediately when the fire's out?
That is a good question. They could feasibly send one of their SIs, like they could send this Smoker immediately. And they are going to spawn in the Smoker and immediately send it. And now Navi is basically recognizing, you know, the pathway hasn't been exploded yet. And even if it was, you got a lot of commons. So if you rush this, you're going to be getting a Charger spawn right at the end of the alleyway with a ton of commons behind you. So this was a beautiful recognition by Navi. And also good restraint by Shinigami to recognize they can't push that at this point.
Yeah, and I was wrong, by the way. It was the Charger didn't die at the end there, so they actually do get one with the Hunter. I missed it. Was the Smoker that was the final death?
Yes.
But still, this is a very dangerous attack coming up in this alley. It's easy for the SI if they're just following above. I wonder if anything's going to try to sneak in between or on the lower roof of the corner. We'll have to see when it comes, but we'll be chilling here for a little bit and all until these comments are cleaned up.
Well, Shinigami will be chilling there. I'm going to take the camera and walk y'all through here. We see we got this alleyway. We got open doors that the survivors can walk into, but SIs can spawn inside of also. We've got this halfway area. We've got the upper area. We even got this area that the jockey is already vibing at. He looks like he even wants to jump up further. So there's a lot of very severe angles that the SIs can hit from through here, and it can be very problematic, but they are eventually going to make their way through.
Weapons over here.
Here it comes. This is the choke point. No one seems to be coming down from the lower building or the lower little rooftop down below. No one's coming from the doors. So everything's going to drop from above and then probably wait for the corner because the fire is a possibility. Maybe not a viable option, but here it comes. Charger does land. Spit comes out. Oh, it's a double cap in the Spit. No, only one cap in the Spit.
Yeah.
But still, the damage comes out. Gets them under 80%. Good follow-up in the alley. And Navi needed that and all. Good hit.
It was, but that was actually so smart, the positioning from Shinigami, especially Diaz, who I was watching in first person for that hit. Him and another survivor both used those little tiny poles sticking up out of the ground. And that's something that a lot of players overlook, is the importance of jumping on these tiny little objects that make you avoid the spit and makes it so that you can jump up and things aren't going to hit you is really, really an important little side note. So Shinigami do mitigate the damage by using the environment to their advantage, but they still take a big hit all the same. They're going to be below 80% of the bonus remaining. We've got Razor with 56, Diaz with 76, Plurimbons with 58, and 2K still chilling at 92.
Oh, he almost lost his car. Almost fell in that hole. Oh, no, he lost it. And he also lost the car alarm. He hit it. So he did a double whammy.
And he lost first pass.
And he's got to go inside and get the toy.
Yeah.
And the survivors could just hold W backwards, and this tank's caught with his pants down. I don't think he has a hittable to commit with.
He doesn't. He does not. And he's going to have to bring it in. Pero, this is one of many times that we have seen the survivors, or I'm sorry, the tank fumble a hittable. Right now, Pero's going to go straight for the smoker. He's going to hit the guy straight into the corner. He pops him out of it. What's going on? We're going to pop the guy out of the corner. And now Shinigami is pretty safe. He pops his pills. He's moving quick again. Charger misses. Jockey hopping around. And what once looked like a guaranteed in cap is now going to be Pero dying without incident. Really problematic here for Navi that they couldn't get anything locked down there.
No, they are really healthy now. That was, what, a 17% damage tank? That's it? That is really good for Shinigami. I mean, they might even be able to make it over this plane. There is no threat. There's no car alarm anymore. So I don't even know what they're going to have. It's going to be a 2-2 Hunter Charger. This is a good spawn. They can make this work. Hunter comes down. Oh, he misses.
Yeah.
He wasn't even paying attention. Spit goes out early. They're going to hold the Charger. Boomer goes in for a sack. And looks like they'll just get really one more good hit. And probably around where the dark area is. But let's see if they can catch the survivor. No, look how fast the survivors are going. This is going to be it.
Yeah.
There is no more hit after this next one. Unless it's a catastrophe for the survivors.
Right. Yeah, it is possible that survivors go down here and they buy enough time for a second hit. But unlikely, Navi, especially when Navi continues to back it up. We got a Jockey, Charger, Smoker, and a Spitter ready to go as the survivors walk into the stairwell area. Great place for a hit. And Navi still back it up.
Wow. All of a sudden this hit's getting optimal. Yeah, no, that was just...
Oh! What's Diaz doing? Look at the Jockey too inside the spin! They're all running it down. The Smoker can't help out, but my God, MK, talk about a donation.
That hit... What just happened? I cannot believe they got that kind of value from that. The Charger was amazing. Jockey was amazing. I think 2 survivors were in the spit.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of the bonus they have, 666. Let's see, that'll give them a 3-chapter score of 2496. Jeez, they're keeping the pressure on Navi. They're going to have to match that just to stay within a couple of points.
Yeah, I mean, we see the tank being brought in with 80% of the bonus left. So the fact that they still got that much bonus into the safe room was nice, but this tank was not great. And, you know, that hit was crazy. Diaz doing a very strange play, walking down to the bottom of the stairwell, and Charger did not get lasered like it so often did. That will be that as they walk in with 50% of the bonus even. And we head over to Navi, who are moving quite quickly, by the way. Zoe basically out the gate, just immediately holding W. She does slow it down a bit. We got a Jockey, Charger, Smoker, and a Spitter. And look at the charge position here.
Wow. You don't see that very often. Oh, he's late, though. I don't know if he had the spawn. Oh, it's not going to work out at all, and Navi's going to thwart it. Oh, a little value there, no, a little bit, but still. Good job by Navi. I don't think the Charger could spawn. I think that was a problem.
Yeah, exactly. And the Smoker catching on both teams with that smoke spot. Interesting smoke spot for sure. Smoke spot, that's... funny phrase, but we will go ahead and bring in the event. Start off the event. Maybe, if they feel like shooting it, actually, Navi's going to wait for a bit.
Reloading.
Hunter Charger, boom spit 2-2. Hunter hopping around. Charger climbing up. I mean, talk about getting lasered down. I've been bringing it up the entire series that these Chargers are getting shut down very fast, and if you path like that, you're not going to get any value off of it. I would have liked to see... Ooh, I was going to say him use that upper area, but I don't see that upper area anymore. I don't know if that's... I guess that's been patched out.
But they're not going to have a charger for this
Yeah.
hit now. Oh, no. Wait, what?
Quad.
Never mind. They got a quad. I thought for sure there was not going to be a charger.
Well, Shinigami outsmarting both of us. Did they outsmart Navi as well? Is the question. Smoke pull down. They're going to send this quad, and it makes sense, right? Because quad, not necessarily going to be the strongest hit for that area. They're just going to send the smoker. Navi is going to decide to put the pedal to the metal. We got a hunter hopping around with 155 HP running it down. And look, they are pressuring so hard. This is so good by Navi. Normally this is Shinigami doing this, but now it's Navi. But hold on, if they worked into an awkward spot here. SI about to come up. Hunter lands, the jockey lands, charger lands. Will we get the spitter? Yes, we will. And they piece together a magnificent, a succulent hit against Navi.
Yeah, they did not want to let him out of there. They do get some good value, down to almost 80% even. So they're putting the pressure. Both sides, in my opinion, right here, were just about even though, right? I think it was pretty much close.
It is pretty much even.
So it's going to come down to tank play. What is this tank going to do? Is he just going to take the forklift? Or is he going to go back and try to get extra? Because the other side, that it was fruitless for him. He got nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's already out there now. And
Right.
he might even have time to go back and get another.
I would love to see him just go and climb up and just take no damage and go for the rocks. He's going to choose not to do that. He's going to bring in this... Oh my... What? I thought that was up and over, and I was going to lose my mind. He will get the car up and over. Dumpster's in an awkward spot. He's going to go ahead and leave that. As we go forward and look at the car, this is absolutely in. And whereas Navi had 0 hittables, Shinigami will clearly have 2 unless he completely fumbles the bag right here.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. Oh my goodness. They got to start backing up. They can't fight it here no more. They're gonna.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. They're going to let the tank pop this up. Ooh, and Navi flirting with tournament life here. I was going to say they need to get away from this. Make this tank work for it. And...
The high ground.
I don't know if I've ever seen a forklift up there before.
I thought you were going to say, I don't know if you've seen the survivors up here before, but they're going to drop down eventually.
Oh, no!
Awkward.
I don't know if he can dig it out. He's gonna go AI, he's gonna go AI. He's gotta go, he's gotta go. Oh. And he doesn't take the corner, he misses it. The hunter lands, the tank's not there to take it. He gets a corner, but the double cap can't happen. He might get one in cap if he's lucky. Yeah, it'll be an in cap, but it's on DB.
Yeah.
And he gets out pretty healthy.
Okay.
I didn't think he could decommit there. I don't know where the infected ladder to get back over is though.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he's got plenty of room, though, right? He can climb up to the side. He can still toss rocks. The aggression from the survivors is great, but the thing is, the hit is now up. We got to watch out for those booms. Boom onto one. Car blocking in between them. Smoker pull. Gotta be careful. This is absolute absurdity. Okay, he's just going to cash in some damage, but he's not even going to catch that. Now he's going to climb up and escape once more with 215 HP left. Second pass, 25%. Does he go for a yellow car hit? Does he go for a rock? What's the play? He's just going to go AI.
Yeah, and I think at this point it's the right play. Just let it go AI, see what you can get your sack order for the inside of the hit. They might even want to kill that smoker, but no, they're not going to. So it's going to be a spitter. Smoker, Jockey, Hunter for the next
We'll have
hit.
the round back live. Smoker, Jockey, Hunter, 2 seconds left on Yate. Oh, nice try with Smoke, not going to catch it. Now Smoke's kind of in no man's land, right? Survivors can try to push forward pretty aggressively. I'm currently watching the Smoker as he runs back. He will get in Ghost. And they do have plenty of time to set the hit back up. Smoker, Jockey, Hunter, Spitter, I know that I feel like they would have loved a Charger. They're going to go really aggressively. Supper's going to shut that down, no problem. Spitter posing no threat. Smoker pull will make it pose a threat. Would have loved to see a little bit more awareness from the rest of the Navi side after Supra getting that clutch skeet. But regardless, they're going to be able to shut it down. 778 bonus remains. And they're about to be in the parking lot garage.
And the car alarm shouldn't be a problem. Boomer's not even gonna try.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the one survivor
Uh-oh.
can't make the jump.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know how it feels. I've been there. They lose about a percentile from that, so there's a little consequence. Boomer doesn't sack. If they don't hit quick, no, this is gonna be the last hit. Hunter's not even in position to do anything. All right, the Charger walks in by himself,
Okay.
does land, no slam. Jockey comes through, gets them 2 killed. Double Boom comes out and dies. It'll be a Hunter Spitter Smoker, I think, and the Charger for the last hit. No, if I saw correctly.
You could be right. We'll certainly see. I'm afraid to say it after my blunders so far, predicting the SIs win this chapter. But one thing is for sure. This match has been neck and neck, and I know, oh my god, they're trying. I love this spot from the Hunter. Very little utilized spot. Hunter will be able to drop down, but he drops all the way down the stairwell, and now it's kind of awkward. Supra is going in A mode, but he decides to turn around. Smoker into the charge. He walks into it with the knife out. It's not going to work. Even the scimitar can't stop it, and the spit will come out, bringing Navi down to a loss on the chapter, going from 747 to 634 with that hit. What about it?
Yeah, they were focusing the Hunter. 2 guns were back there. The Charger gets a free double charge. Luckily, that survivor got yeeted to the side for Navi's cause. And we're still less than a 100-point difference of determining who's the winner with 2 chapters left to go. I don't see a situation here now where we're not going to see the finale, and this finale is bonkers. Man, this has been an exciting grand finals here now, and I cannot wait to see it.
It's all coming down to this. Of course, we all know how many points a finale is worth, so it's amazing. And you know, there's something that has to be going through both teams' minds, which is how close that was to a tank wipe on Chapter 1 right out the gate, leaving with one team with 30 points. Instead, I believe it was Shinigami was able to get across the finish line with so much more than they bargained for. So you know, that is definitely going to be in their minds. They have to get rid of it. Supra popping off once more. 35% of the SI damage for that chapter, combining it with, I believe, let's see, we had 36% on the previous chapter. So Supra putting in some work for the team. He was pretty quiet on death toll, so he's coming alive here, and Navi needs it. Hunter going to be spawning in early, and they're going to bait that out. They're going to walk away. Chip it down to only, he still has 209 HP, so there's that.
The fact that Hunter got out alive is incredible, is insane.
It is.
I think the Hunter got a scratch, Charger got a scratch, but that's it. The Boomer proxy at the end. A little bit of damage coming out. Tank's gonna be at 47% of the way, and I think they could spawn it. This is an interesting take here they could do here now. Just saying. If they were wise, they could spawn this tank before they hit the van, like walk up to the fence and then hit the van after it spawns the tank. They'll have no commons to deal with. It would be a smart play. See if they do that.
We will certainly see. They're going to wait for the hit. This is smart. Don't get too far ahead of yourselves. They've been shutting down the Hunters. This one gets through with the spit as well. Whoa, look at that long-range spit. Actually, it took quite a bit of time to land, and so they will be able to get out for the most part, down to 93.4% of the bonus. They are going to press it as the tank is brought in for Akari. Here they come, supposedly.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. This is very aggressive. The Boomer does land. Okay, I was gonna say that Survivor's quite separated, but I forgot the comments aren't. Wait a minute. Okay, the Boomer does land. That's where the comments are coming from. Hank is already rotating over. No.
Wow.
I wonder if he's thinking about committing already. And comments are already dead though, so it'd be uneventful and not wise. But he is above them, and he has his tri-cap. They're not bleeding. He should go in right away, in my opinion. Here it is. Big tank for Navi. It's got to do damage. 93% on the survivors. He is in. He drops. Oh, what an early punch! Phenomenal job on this tank. He gets the suck-in punch at 3K, but he punches him too far away. Switches over to build down to 2K. Next punch down to 1700. Support is in. Another hit goes out. There goes the. Oh, he gets a double punch on the charge guy. Throws the rock. The support's shut down. It looks like it's going to be a 2-win cap tank. Not even, not quite. Good finish up there by the survivors, but a really good job on the tank getting his own corner on. But unfortunately, He lost that survivor, not able to get that early in cap,
I'm getting
but
too
still
old
good
for
job.
this
Taking him
horse
down to
shit.
49.8, and also good job of the survivors of hitting the car. Exactly how we were talking about it.
Extra pistol.
Yeah, they executed well, and not just that, MK, but they also shut down the jockey, they melted him, and they also skeeted the hunter. So the tank, yeah, he got the early corner. It's tough to keep that player in the corner, though, especially if they're wiggling around like a worm trying to get out of it, and he did manage to get out of it. With no SI follow-up from that point, at least none that connected, then it was an easy shutdown for Shinigami from that point. 514 bonus left, almost half the bonus. Again, it feels like they could have done a little bit better, but you can't really ask for much more. 1,000 points here on the 4th chapter, and they're getting close to that safe room.
Oh yeah, they're getting close. There's only one more opportunity for damage now with how far they are. I don't even think if they go quickly, they'll get another. Charger's gonna try, not able to land. Hunter gets blasted in the back. Smoker misses. Spitter is all alone. Now maybe, just maybe, no, this Spitter could spit right as the last survivor gets there. And
Right.
the 3S tie, I don't even think there's enough time. No, they got it. Yeah, they're in.
I'm gonna try it, but like you said, 5 seconds left for Akari, 4 seconds for Supra. They've got to go and get their spawns as well. So jockey, maybe no, dude, not enough room, not enough time, and 1,000 points will be locked in for Shinigami. Now, is that enough to feasibly lock out Navi, even if Shinigami manages to get a tank wipe? In my opinion, no. I think this is going finale for sure. We'll just see if Shinigami is going to be in the lead or if it's going to be a tie ball game.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that we can still say that.
It is.
It could be still a tile game. And to be honest, them putting in 46.5% bonus, that's not unheard of due to this tank spawn. Remember, they get to hit the button, they get to start the tank, hit the button, so there's no event.
Right.
The only thing they got to deal with is walking the map completely on their terms. No event, no nothing. Completely beneficial for them. See if they can make it happen. And here goes the ready up. Shinigami has other plans for them. Hunter is spawned up. Charger's looking for a spawn as well. As they inch out very slowly. Oh my goodness, the ski comes
Okay.
out. The Charger doesn't go. And now this Charger's twiddling the only thumb he has left. And that is a melt from Navi.
Yeah, I thought the Charger had a good shot, but Supra's movement's too clean. El Perro hasn't really been a shining light like he was on Death Toll. He hasn't really been showing up here on Dead Air, but he does here in the first hit on Chapter 4 with a nice skeet to add to his name. 99.4% of the bonus remains, and they will now be able to hole up here over near the corner and vibe out, waiting for the hit to come out. Jockey, Hunter, Charger, Spit, they're going to send it quick. In they go. Hunter will get shut down. Charger will only be getting a stumble, but Zoe walks herself into a corner, which is kind of an awkward space to be in against the Charger Spitter, in my opinion. Oh, they... Okay, they bring in the tank, and then they press a button. Plurimbons is going to be the tank for Shinigami. Plurimbons didn't have the most spectacular tank on the finale of Death Toll. We'll see if he can redeem himself here on Chapter 4 of Dead Air.
Yeah, they need to. I mean, if you're rooting, it depends on who you're rooting for here. But Shinigami, as the team, they want to get at least 2 in caps here. They'll be guaranteed the lead. 1 in cap would be all right, but if they just get 1 in cap and then the other side takes it pretty well here and all, it's almost going to be a dead even game like you were talking about. It's very possible. But sack the boomer. They might even sack the smoker here. I wouldn't really disagree with sacking it due to the area where the tank's committing. They're going to hunt down the smoker. Survivors are in an awkward situation.
Yeah.
The tank doesn't move. All right, Jockey Hunter's Charger gonna be the commit.
Yeah, the Smoker managed to pull away 2 eyes from the tank, but Plurimbons chooses to stand his ground, and now he loses 150 HP. He breaks down the door, which means he could go the alt route, but he's just going to climb over. He's going to lose another bunch of HP from a lot of bravery from El Perro. He's going to go ahead and walk it in here. Plurimbons splits him up 2-2, gets an easy first smack onto Zoe. We got the SI split over here as he goes for a rock. He'll miss that follow-up. 2,800 HP left. Where are the SIs here from Shinigami? They're holding for so long. El Perro gets hit again, but only 1,800 HP left on the tank. Jockey lands in no man's land. They're going to carry him all the way home. Blocking is Yate. The Charger will get shut down, but look at this, chasing down the Jockey, getting so much value onto Asa. And in the meantime, Florembon's getting 2 more smacks onto Lewis. He does go down, but oh my god, it is quite some good damage earned in some very unorthodox ways. I had to say, I thought that Florembon's was just going to get killed and his teammates just were going to keep waddling around and doing nothing, but they found their perfect window. This has been the name of the game for Shinigami, has been patience and discipline, and it's certainly shown here on this tank fight.
Yeah, it has been. And I mean, with the way that Navi is moving, there still might be a chance that they could actually win this round by over 100 points, but they have slowed down a little bit. So they're going to have to take at least 2 full hits. They're going to go here early. Hunter gets stuck. Will the Hunter land? No, the spit fails. The Hunter backs out to stay alive. Smoker is probably just going to die. I don't think they want the Smoker in this scenario. Goes for a scratch, doesn't get it. Pretty good take here from Navi. And Null, I think this is the last hit. And look at the difference right now. It is exactly 103.
Yeah.
This is so close to being even. Oh, you can't make this up.
Yeah, I mean, we could have asked for a better match here for our Division 2 teams. Not only are they even, but they're playing at their top of their level. They're really not just fumbling through their way through. They are on the ball. If one team gives them an inch, they get it back. And this has been incredible. Boom comes out onto one. Charger, Jockey, and a Hunter stand by the wayside. Interesting that they don't strike here, but again, patience and discipline for Shinigami. They're going to wait out the 10 seconds to get Diaz his SI up, and we'll see what they send.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with Holden here. Let's see what they get. If I cap spit, I could be all wrong here. They could win the round with this hit, Shinigami. But it's going to be difficult to find anything to land at the end of this chapter. If the survivors just move methodically down, they'll have no spawns.
Yeah, there's no room for vertical movement. The Jockey spawns in, they know where it is. They're trying to pincer them in. Hunter from the back, it's not going to land. Charger gets melted, and it is a big ball of nothing. 614 bonus will be what they managed to walk in with, taking 0 from that as a board for Pangea Air, bringing the world together. These two teams have certainly been brought together as Navi finds a lead, and they call... Okay, Navi calls GG, but it's not over yet. They're just having their fun, trying to get in Shinigami's head as Shinigami is down at the first time going into the finale.
This is actually insane. I mean, if you ever wanted a grand finale to go the full distance, this is a good example of it right here, guys. It took all the chapters in the first one. It took all the chapters in the second round. And now it's going to take all the chapters in the next round. There's a 42-point difference, so there is not a possibility of a tie unless there's wipes that occur, because it only goes in increments of 4, and that's not an increment of 4.
Right.
So with that being said, we're probably going to have the winner no matter what.
And yeah, this was amazing tank from Florembon's that we're watching back. Got some time for the ready ups here. Player disconnects. We're waiting, some chatter for MK, some MK fans in the house. And look at this. Watch for this Jockey. There it is. Winning the 1v1 in no man's land. Player immediately tries to rotate over to help out. They all try to, only one player. Fortunately for that player, he did shut down the Charger. So he was able to break through. And as we look at the damage stats from the last round, Supra, again, over 30% of the damage. This guy's had over 30%, 3 chapters in a row. El Perro putting in work as well. Akari and Asa just along for the ride as we head into it. It is going to be, obviously, Navi starting off on the Survivor side. Gonna have a Smoker, Jockey, Charger, Spitter, and we know what hell can break loose here in the first hit on Dead Air Finale.
And the tank doesn't spawn, only get a charge. He
Ooh.
missed, he goes for the punch. It would have been an infinite charge, but that would have been the AI charger. That would have landed. And they choose not to run to the spit. This is dangerous, Navi! Oh, it goes a little too high, and the tank's gonna have to back off. Start positioning these hittables in, and they gotta be careful as well, Null. You don't want to punch too many hittables.
Yes.
If you can't get the wipe, you get another tank later on.
Yeah, something that some players may not know is that if you don't hit the hittables, they stay. But if you do, and then the tank dies, which is usually what happens here with this first tank, it does die without getting the wipe, you're not going to have those hittables in play anymore. So they're going to be very calculated with how many hittables they're willing to use on this first tank, because this is a neck and neck match. They don't need to just go balls to the wall and send in every single hittable. They need to be calculated.
Yeah, they got to keep their mind in the game. Just because it's a finale, you can't go off like a loose cannon. You got to stay focused. They still have the possibility. This could go any way for either team. Tank's in position. He's got his hittable in play. Here he goes. He's starting to roll in. They got a tri-cap coming in, and they also have favorable spawns. Maybe the Charger is not the best thing here, but we've seen what it done before in the Grand Finals. Here he goes for his commit. He chooses to go. He's got a smoker pole.
Okay.
He's got a corner. The Charger comes through. The Charger lands. He throws a rock. He lands the rock. He gets the slam. Oh, he turns, goes for the hittable instead of guaranteed. But he does get the in cap. Does he go for the corner instead? No, he doesn't. I don't think he has enough health for the grind out. No, he does not. Is it a good decision or is it a bad? He tries to turn it. Oh, he gets it. Can he get there? No. He can almost get it. No, he can't. They survive. It was a misplay. He could have went for damage, but he goes for the kill. Instead, it's going to take him down to 61% bonus. What a play, no. Was it the right one or was it not?
I mean, it was a great, obviously from our perspective it wasn't, right? He got the hittable, he got the in cap, he was one hit away from locking in the kill on Akari, but he didn't have time for it, and he tried his best. I'm honestly shocked that the tank was allowed to live for as long as it did, but you know, Navi, they shut it down, and they get another lifeline here. As, yeah, Akari oozed out a ton of bonus, sure, but he's still alive. They've still got 4 players. They're still getting the distance.
Yeah, this is actually for... Oh, they didn't start it yet. Oh, they're going to have to start it, so this quad is going to be favorable. No, they can't hide in the closet. They don't need to send it all the way either. They can wait. Let some of the commons come in or wait for them to transition over. Let's see if that's what they're going to do. No, they spawn early. They're going to go without the commons. Oh, it's going to be a double cap, and they melt the Charger. Hunter gets skeeted, and only the 2 weakening damage SI land, and they thwart that quad. Still 1,052 points, and the event is now triggered.
It is. It does. They tried to bait it out quite a few times, and actually Shinigami bit at the end. The Hunter jumps up. He basically gives El Perro a bunch of chances at getting the ski, and El Perro, even though he hasn't been doing amazing damage-wise through dead air, he's been feeling himself nonetheless, and he'll take the 1v1s. He doesn't care. So he took it, and he won that, shut down the quad. You know, the other SI is not really landing either. 1,052 bonus left. We are going to have a player bleeding out in Akari, but, you know, you got to keep it... Oh, hit comes in. Charger at 10. Hunter will land. Spitter goes wide. Boomer finding no one somehow. And what I wanted to say, of course, was that they've still got 3 pills left that haven't even been picked up, much less the 4 that they've already got equipped.
Yeah, and one thing that I do see here in chat are people saying Miro and Thug Life, just to let you know that I have sent both of them friend requests, and they have not answered me, so I have already done my best to contact both of them, but right now we'll keep it on the action. 980 bonus remains, so that did about, what, 30-some damage there that hit. A little bit of value coming out, but they did get an extra set of pills. One just got popped down to 940. Now Hunter's walking around, gets caught. I don't know what he's doing there. They're choosing not to hit as a team, and Shinigami kind of throwing the opportunity for damage.
Yeah, it's really
interesting.
It is. I believe Razor is a ringer. Kazad's one of the most influential players for Shinigami. Kazad, his power is out. Not his internet, his power. So he can't play. They had to have a ringer sub in for him. And sometimes Razor has made some interesting decisions, to say the least. I will say, you know, like I said, discipline and patience has been the name of the game for Shinigami, but you can tell they're starting to get a little bit excited at this point. They just send in the hit, and away they go. Now, I wasn't quite paying attention to the order the boom died in. I think this is a quad setup.
Yeah, the question is, do the survivors know it? And no, they're not going to be able to make it over to that closet. I think they want to hold on to the pills for the tank, so they're going to take a chance of taking it out in the open. Oh, this is going to be favorable. The Hunter gets caught. He gets shot down to about half. They're walking it in now. The Hunter is in real danger of getting skeeted, and he does. They land a double cap.
Yeah.
The jockey's right, and the damage is good. Shinigami's keeping the pressure on. It's not going to wipe, but it's going to put the survivors all the way down to about 40% even when this tank comes up here, Naw. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Naw, this is going to be tank number 19 of this tournament match in the hands of Dias. And what a road this has been, Why don't you start us off here? Look where he spawns! Oh my gosh!
Diaz actually having a really bad tank on Death Toll. Really, really unfortunate tank. It was the no-hitter on Chapter 3 of Death Toll, so we'll see if he can recover now. The other tank, of course, for Navi, also AIing himself there, so neither really tank doing that well in that chapter. But let's lock it in. Navi managed to eat a hit that was way larger than it should have been. They're down to 715 bonus. They got 2 players bleeding out. An amazing hittable. Bill is not even going to notice how close it was to stumbling on top of him, and he walks into another one, but the hunter can't land. I mean, it was literally right at his doorstep. All the hunter had to do was land, and he misses as well. And Navi, the guardian angel here, has been granted to them. They get 1 down on Asa, but I mean, they're going to go for the pickup here. Okay, Diaz will die. No way! No way! Come on, guys! Oh my God! The Rock as well. Diaz. No! At one point you think he's losing it all, and then there he is with the triple. There he is with the finisher, with the smoke by his side. Navi gets wiped, and it's not done yet, but it's certainly looking a little bit awkward here for Navi.
26 health, they get the wipe, and Navi 4,049 for 5 chapters of Dead Air is amazing. Don't sell him short. But all that Shinigami has to do is have 2 tanks be deceased, and they will claim the grand finals. And what a grand finals it has been. This is probably one of the closest grand finals I have ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, this has been quite a treat to watch. One thing I was saying before the match started, of course, was, you know, even if one team gets ahead, there is that finale to bail them out, but neither team has needed that because it's just been within 100 points from the very beginning. You know, they did have that close call where Shinigami almost got wiped on Chapter 1 by the tank at the beginning. Hold on, we're headed into this. Jockey, Charger. Oh, Charger will land, Spitter will not. Oh, it actually will spread to him. Smoker follow-up. Some pretty good damage onto Diaz. Diaz has got to be careful not to feel himself too much, but the truth is, MK, he absolutely redeemed himself with that tank coming out of nowhere. We're going to head to El Perro, a player who has been dripping with confidence. And we'll see what he can do for Navi when they need him most.
I unfortunately punched that one hittable way too high. And it'll be a consequence. I don't even know if he can get up there and get it. So he's just gonna grab another one. This is risky too, no. He's taking 3 hittables early and only leaving himself with 2 late. And the 2 later ones are way out of position, not very favorable right now. So he's gonna go with the Charger, does land. No fall damage. Boomer goes, stacks. And now the tank's gotta be careful here. Yeah, he's gonna have to sit here tight, wait for support. They might have an angle to chip him down. He's gonna have to back off. And I think this is going to be the sitting point here. No, he's going now. No, he's not. He's baiting me. He's baiting me hard. All right, now he's going over. He starts hit the dumpster and play. He's got his tri-cap. He is down about 600. He is second pass. Survivors are going to start transitioning around the corner. The tank could also accidentally hit extra hittables and not have any for the next one if he's needed, but he corrals them. They have to back up. Oh, he's going to be able to split them. He splits them 3 and 1, and the hunter gets killed. He doesn't have any communication, but he takes the corner. There's another punch. All right, there's another pull. He's just going to spread the love as best as he can. And he decommits with half his health. Not a bad decommit, but he's got to stop taking chip. He backs out. Hits the ground down below. That's a hittable that he hasn't used. That's it. Now he only has 1 more hittable left on the second tank. They're banking everything on this. He walks around the fire. His second pass is down to halfway. He needs to start getting view. It might go AI. I don't know if he's going to make it. Can he make it? I don't know. It's going to be close. 20%, 15, 10, 5. And he just has a view. It's not AI. I have no idea how. But he's got a go-go. His support is dying. Can he catch any... And no, he cannot. He dies off. And Shinigami here, no, I have all the chips in their pool right now. 80% bonus remaining. Wow, what a tank take for them.
That was really I mean, El Perro really dropping the ball. We had a hunter cap on a guy who was completely isolated, 3-1. I mean, all three survivors getting pressured hard. You know, 2 SIs alive, tank is alive. All he had to do was let that hunter land and defend it. And he could have gotten a lot more value, but instead, he just couldn't help it. He said, I'm going to take it. I don't care. You know, it's easier for us to see with the overhead view, but he decided to take it. And the smoke follow-up was great, but he ran out of tools. And not just that, MK, you also mentioned how he used up their supply of hittables for the most part. I mean, we do see one directly behind Shinigami right here, behind the truck. But they're really not going to have a ton of hittables at their disposal, getting the shutdown on the Hunter as it comes in. Smoker, Charger, not doing a whole lot. They jump through the spit, but still, look at this bonus. 1,343 bonus left. Nobody going down during Shinigami, during Navi's tank. In fact, nobody even bleeding out.
Not only that, though, Nah, but the survivors standing right where they're at is going to force this tank to spawn not where that hittable is. So the survivors being there is going to create an issue for the tank just to get to that last hittable. I'm trying to fly around right now on the map to see if there is any other ones, but I think that's the last one. I don't see another hittable anywhere, Nah. No, that's it. That is it. Yeah, that's all he's got. I think them staying right here is a brilliant idea right now for the survivors.
And they heard you and they said, actually, that's a stupid idea. They're going to pick up the ammo. They're going to look at some pills, think about popping them. They just want to be sure that those pills are there, kind of like a squirrel with his anchor, and just make sure he's got the loadout secure. Plurimbons is going to go ahead and pop one set of those pills. They've still got 3/4 of the bonus, and it's quad.
They don't have the spawn block. Okay, I was about to say they didn't even start it yet.
They will now.
Never mind. Never mind. I think I was just missing it. Yeah, this is the second time. But I was just saying right now, if they stay here and they don't have anybody move over to that truck, the tank could spawn right behind that truck. They're gonna go for a hit now. Hunter lands. Smoker does not. Charger comes through. Charger gets a double.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a rolling tri-cap. No, they get some damage, and he gets the jockey through the fire. I would have kept him in it if I was a jockey. I don't know about that. That was a big misplay in my opinion. That would have been an in cap for sure. But what a hit here, no, they really needed that.
They did. They've got so many sets of pills to bail them back out, though. Plurimbons, sure, he's going to be bleeding out. He's going to be in the red. But this is all right. Diaz even pops an early set of pills, leaving one set still on the table, popping while still in the green. And you can see safety is the name of the game for them. They want to play this as safe as possible. And on the other side, it looks like Navi is going to go as hard as they can, going ahead and sacking and setting up for the next one.
Now, there is another interesting scenario. The tank's going to spawn behind the survivors. Wow. Oh, he might just be in. Oh, this is going to be over. Take it away, no, this is all you.
Oh, my God. Chasing down Zoe. Zoe pops her pills. Bill pops them as well. We have 3 green survivors with the pills pop. Zoe just walking away. And so is Francis. 2,700 HP left. He goes, turns, gets a kill or hit on 2K. Charge comes out. Will find Zoe. Hold on. Wait for the jockey. Wait for the hunter. The hunter gets skeeted. The jockey surely going to follow soon if they can. Okay, looking at the jockey's just being a nuisance, taking the 1v1. Will he find Lewis? No, he won't. Lewis is going to finish him off, and that tank is so incredibly dead. Going for the golf club. The GGs come out. They haven't. Oh, they are just going to GG it. Interesting time to call the GG since. Okay, I guess that'll be it.
Yeah, that was wow. That was over with a quickness. The rescue vehicle is coming in right now. They're going to be able to attack one more time.
There
when
it
they
is.
finish. Congratulations to both teams, now. What an awesome grand finals.
Yeah,
Division 2.
Navi is just not going to have enough time. You know, it's going to be a 2-2 here. Hunter Smoker, there's just no way that Shinigami gets wiped here. And besides, they've already passed them up in points anyways. Just adding insult to injury. The GGWPs come out. It truly was one of the best grand finales of all time. It was a pleasure to be rated by Adam as well as Rails, chilling out from start to finish. But really, the stars of the show were the players. It was... well, first of all, you need to rewatch this match if you missed it. They went the full distance, the bracket reset, full 3 matches, post-bracket reset, and ultimately it will be Shinigami reigning victorious. They held a slight lead over Navi until the end, and honestly, it was incredible to see how Shinigami was able to recover after a pretty shaky death toll where they didn't have one of their most important players, Kazad, ready to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate in that scenario, but still, the entertainment that was given in this grand final is probably one of the best that I've ever seen. It came down to the last tanks on all three finales, which is incredible. I mean, we got to say the 19th tank of this tournament match. How many times in Left 4 Dead do you think you're going to say that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We might not have been there for every single one of them because there are multiple days they played them.
Yeah.
But that's how many it took to determine a victor between these two teams fighting out. And no, I say it all the time, Division 2 or Amateur Cups, now that Division 2 is very a common thing here, it's like 3 years down the road. Is this the future of Left 4 Dead 2, these two teams facing off here? Are they going to be taking place of the two titans like Akori and Agatsuki, or question mark and Yuwin?
Right.
Or Osu and Hakimi, you know what I mean? Wherever they're at in their regions. That's always what I love to see, and they battled it out, and that will mean Shinigami battling away from the loser bracket and probably going over to RBT8, now having to play in the Division 1.
Yeah.
They now win Division 2. It's no longer an option for them.
Yeah, that Navi is sending in a ticket asking if they can play Division 2. I guess now they can.